The following podcast contains strong language and alternative facts. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Heel Podcast. Over the airwaves and under the influence, we are Turning Heel.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to the Turning Heel Podcast. Brought to you from a place somewhere inside your minds. Is me, the Griz, and with me, as always, once again, is Chris motherfucking Hughes.
You had something better than that planned and you forgot it, didn't you?
No, I didn't have anything planned, which is even worse. Because for some reason, just recently, I've wanted to start podcast being like brought to you from, and then it's like, but it's not brought to you from anything or anywhere because we're still sat on fucking Skype.
I thought for the Black Rain from the deepest, darker corner of his mind.
I feel like that was probably what like the closest that to a wrestling reference I was going to get. And as the other voice that you heard there, it is Sir Robert the Bold.
Yep, it's me, and finally we're all back together.
Yeah, the triple threat is back. Triple threat is back. Wiki.
But I don't know who decided was allowed off the naughty step before I said anything.
Yeah, well, the first kind of thing that we need to apologise for is me forgetting to ask for your goddamn Extreme Rules opinions.
There was some fucking gold in there.
They're damn right there was. So let's just read it all now. Actually, maybe you should do it because you remember what you said.
Oh, I still have the notes and I've put them on the Turning Heel Facebook page.
Yeah, so if you want to read Robert's thoughts on Extreme Rules, the horror show, go to our Turning Heel podcast Facebook page and have a read. And then you can see my sincere apology.
So you want me to get through them?
Yeah, actually, just do it. Fuck it.
Okay. First up, I didn't watch the pre-show because we were recording until 5 to 12.
We certainly were.
And I stayed and I watched it live. We had Shinzaro versus New Day. Good opener. Nice way to open the show. Biggie, please stop doing that fucking spear.
Yeah, agreed.
The table finish couldn't have went better because I had the fear that the table was going to slide.
Yeah. I always get the fear when they do the double table spot.
And the right pair won. Mm-hmm. Then we had...
And apparently, like, I'll just chime in with like what happened on SmackDown afterwards, and then that kind of gets out of the way as well. Apparently, Kofi said that through that match, he's injured and out for the next 6 weeks, which means it's Biggie singles run time.
Then we had an advert for a car, which I have. That's a nice car. Broom, broom, motherfuckers.
Isn't it a lot like a favourite YouTuber of ours?
I wonder why it sounds like that, though.
That's also our big wrestling fan.
Yep. Kairi Sane, highlight of the show. With her, if you don't win, we'll still be your friend.
I'm going to miss you so goddamn much.
Then I have, why is Sasha wearing the SmackDown title? Foreshadowing question mark.
Baby.
The ripcord neck breaker that Nikki did, I'm now branding it the Pishin Rainmaker.
Because it rains a lot here in Scotland.
Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Bit an abrupt win. Wish it went a wee bit longer.
Well, you know what? It will go longer because they're going to have a rematch tonight on SmackDown.
Not that I'm going to watch SmackDown.
I might, depending on how drunk I get.
Firefly Funhouse Spoopy Edition. Ripping the piss out that karaoke thing was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
They knocked it out the park again.
Yeah. I mean, especially since that was the content they had to make fun of it. It's like, that's fucking easy.
Yep.
I would still actually say that Dana Brooke won, but
no.
wait, no, was it Dana? No, sorry, Lacey.
No, Naomi won.
No, I'm saying that Dana should have won. Or
Oh no, Tamina should have won.
no, she shouldn't have. She sucks.
Yes, she should have.
She can't do anything right.
Then up next, I've got I Quit.
I quit.
Yep.
How may I?
How long are they going to be teasing Dominic having a match? Either shite or get off the pot.
Agreed. How long are they going to do that for? Do you know what they should do? Is they should just have Dominic say he's got to be in a match, and that's where the debut of Dominic Dijakovic on the main roster happens.
Could be. Then if Seth gets an eye patch, it'll look like he's trying to escape from New York.
I wish I got that reference.
Escape from New York, the movie, Kurt Russell, Snake Pilson.
Evidently, me saying I don't get that reference means I've not seen that film.
It's one of the best John Carpenter films that isn't Halloween or The Thing.
Well, there you go. But it's not a horror, so I clearly don't care.
It's a post-apocalyptic movie. The baseball forward slide into the powerbomb is fucking hilarious and amazing. And Seth Whiting at Mysterio's eye was good.
I know. I just found that really funny when it was like, ring the bell. His eyes hanging out his face, and then Seth was just like,
Next, I've got a diagnosis of Rey Mysterio's condition.
A diagnosis?
Yes. During backstage, Kayla said he's got globe luxation.
Kayla.
So I wanted to see if this was actually a real thing.
Okay.
So globe luxation is a complete protrusion of the eyeball from the orbit, a condition called globe avulsation or globe luxation. Is a clinical rarity.
Well,
right.
And it
In
happened
fact,
in this
it's
match.
so rare that an eye specialist may only encounter such a situation once in his lifetime. It may occur with or without complete or incomplete avulsion of the optic nerve.
So they actually did cover all bases on that one?
Yep, this may occur alongside the I can't say that word. Sound it out, Robert.
Okay.
Disinsertion.
Disinsertion? That sounds about right.
Of one of... Oh, fuck, there's a lot of big words because I actually went on, like, WebMD to get this.
Oh, Jesus. That's exactly why I try and stray away from big
it's
words.
It's a real thing. It's not a made-up thing.
And quite accurate by the sounds of things.
Asuka and Banks. I've got the Kabuki Warriors make me want to happy dance. Now I want a sad dance because Kairi's away.
Yeah, they make me want to do a lot of happy things.
There was a good makeshift GTS in the match. And then I've got the question of, is this for the Raw Women's title or the Never title? Because they're really fucking knocking the shite out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Why was the ref admonishing Banks for working Asuka's fingers? She wasn't in the ropes. She wasn't biting them. She was doing the joint manipulation stuff.
Yeah, like a la Pete Dunne.
Mm-hmm. Amazing Germans for Asuka. Then I have Oh No, Sasha's knee. I don't know what that was about. Maybe it was a dodgy spot where it looked like shot her knee.
Yeah. Plus, so hasn't she had knee injuries before? So
Yeah.
maybe that was that kind of panic where it's like, oh, fuck, that's not the first time that she's had knee injuries.
Then I have, on what planet is Bayley an official ref? How?
Well, why don't we continue on with that and go back to Raw where they did have that rematch, and it ended by count out where Bayley was beating the shit out of Kairi Sane backstage so badly that Asuka decided to essentially forfeit the match and run backstage to help Kairi instead, thus getting herself counted out. Fucking hell, counted out, and thus Sasha Banks is now officially the Raw Women's Champion.
Fantastic match, shite finish I've got for the Extreme Rules match. Then up next we've got Drudolph.
The red-nosed reindeer.
Thank fuck we've got an Extreme Rules match on Extreme Rules.
Even though it's only
that's
half an
what
Extreme
that-
Rules match.
That's what that meant. I didn't get the Drudolph thing.
Sexy belly-to-belly overhead suplex by Drew. Nasty throat spot with the chairs. Brutal belly-to-belly suplex over the announce table. I think Ziggles can only win world titles by DQ or cash-ins.
It would seem that way.
Dolph's been watching Alicia Edwards because his acting is terrible.
I love how you brought that up. God, she is terrible.
Then I have bitch and cap up right into a Claymore. Perfection.
That was fucking quality.
No pun intended.
Then I've got Swamp Fight. Guess Braun's car still fucked.
Yeah.
Then I have Kickaboo.
To what? I don't know, but
I haven't rewatched anything, so I'm just reading my notes. It's rather strange.
What we should do is just let you kind of sound this one out, and we'll just try and blend it in with the match.
Cheerleader Bray Wyatt reminded me a lot of Captain Spaulding for the Devil's Rejects. And what the fuck, 2 bronze.
And I like how they've made that other Braun obviously is Braun, but they made him look like the old Braun.
Yeah. I've missed his old theme.
Ah, yes.
Who the fuck is that guy on fire?
I mean, clearly during that bit, I don't know if we brought that up when we spoke about it, Chris, but clearly that was meant to be kind of Luke Harper and Eric Rowan replacements, because one of them was wearing the fucking white wife beater and the jeans, and the other was wearing a fucking boiler suit.
Then Sister Alexa Gill.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't until afterwards I was like, oh fuck, that's right. He beat the shit out of 2 people that conveniently were dressed like the old Wyatt family.
I never thought Alexa Bliss could get sexier till I seen her all gothed up. Oh,
yep.
man.
Yeah.
Sister Alexa Gill was called her.
Hasn't that been a rumor for ages though, that Alexa Bliss was maybe going to be or was it Liv Morgan?
Liv Morgan.
I feel like Alexa was a chatter at one point though.
Mm-hmm. Then Skarsgård makes an appearance.
Maybe it's the ghost of Skarsgård. Oh no, Skarsgård is the boat. Sorry.
I think that the Wyatt compound is just in that wee dark corner of the Hardy compound that they don't take care of, and Senior Benjamin doesn't care to take care of the landscaping.
No. Maybe it's too demonic over there, and he doesn't want to go there.
Then I've got nice false finish, and he's back.
Let me in.
And just to clarify, Braun did win this.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes, because the match was Bray Wyatt, Eater of Worlds against Braun Strowman, not The Fiend versus Braun Strowman.
Nope.
So the fact that you had to bring The Fiend to get Braun at the end.
Did he not jump out of the water?
He jumped out of the lake of reincarnation. He jumped in as
the Eater of Worlds.
Good Braun, popped out as The Fiend.
Yeah, but when he jumped,
but that still counts.
No, it doesn't. They're 2 different people.
I mean, technically, there's 3 different people. I mean, the Eater of Worlds is completely different from Firefly Funhouse, which is completely different from The Fiend.
Mm-hmm.
They're 3 different entities at this point. My God. Royal Rumble 2021. Make it happen.
Just make Royal Rumble 2021 happen, because at this rate, I don't think it will.
Yeah, that's going to be awkward. That's going to be awkward also, in the Performance Center.
I'm not sure, but the end of the match, the Fiend popping out and dragging Bray into the water. But
that's what I was going to ask. Was he actually the Fiend when he popped out and dragged him in?
Yes.
He was Defo Effel?
Well, was that that a dream sequence, sort of like the end of the first Friday the 13th?
I think that may have been the reference.
Where Jason pops out the lake, but they never found the body.
Spoilers.
Okay, everyone,
it's about a 50-year-old film.
So anyone that's
I've never seen it.
Anyone that's watched Scream knows how the first Friday the 13th goes, because they spoil it in the first 5 minutes.
Exactly.
And that was my notes.
Jason!
Show.
It was Jason! Oh, you're wrong. Now I've seen that movie 50 goddamn times. Then you would know that the mother was the killer in the original. Jason didn't show up to the sequel.
Yep. Ghostface is right. And I have some other notes here. Actually, Evil East was on Impact because they were doing an Impact versus Lucha Underground show, and they were promoting it. And Evil East showed up on the Impact television show, so fuck you, Griz.
Oh, there you go.
And then note 2.
Look at that. Chris got one right.
I got you a couple of times last week.
I
actually contemplated naming the
very
episode after that.
I was very proud of
Chris
you.
gets Chris. Actually, that kind of sounds like a porno, so maybe not.
And then the Bret Hart situation with the Mountie and Piper. There's two theories, right? Okay. Decide which one you want to believe, right? It was heavily rumoured that Bret Hart was actually in negotiations with WCW at the time. Okay. And they done the belt switch so that they didn't have a repeat of Ric Flair bringing the World Heavyweight title to WWE.
Medusa was much later than that, I beg your pardon.
Because when Ric Flair debuted, he came with a big gold belt.
Yes.
So Vince, fearing that would happen with the IC belt, took it off him and put it on the Mountie. With Bret rumoured to be debuting at the Clash of the Champions 3 days after the Rumble.
Okay.
Because they were promoting a big surprise for that show. But obviously Bret didn't go.
So what was the surprise of the show?
Jesse Ventura joined the company for commentary and was there for 2+ years.
Oh, well, there you go. I suppose that is still quite a big thing. Had he filmed Predator by that point?
Yes, Predator was like 87.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah. That's an iconic film at this point. So
the other story is that they wanted to get Bret further up on the card, so they got the Mountie to beat him under the pretense of he had a temperature.
Yeah.
He was wrestling against doctor's orders.
104 degrees, to be precise.
You watched Rumble 92 too much.
I really do.
You really do. So
that is your favourite Rumble, isn't it?
It's probably my favourite pay-per-view. Yeah.
Oh, then I suggest you get Fully Loaded 2000 watched pronto.
But there's not a Royal Rumble in that show?
There isn't, but there's the best mixed tag match you will ever fucking see.
Bradshaw and Trish Stratus versus Jackie Guerra and Chris Nowinski.
No, TNA and Trish versus the Hardys and Lita.
Have I seen that one? No, I don't think it is. I think I've only ever seen one Fully Loaded show. And
I definitely saw it at the time, but I don't think I've ever rewatched it.
It was the triple main event one. What was that?
That's Fully Loaded 2000 triple main event.
Fantastic.
Last man standing with Triple H in
Jericho.
Undertaker versus Kurt Angle, and The Rock versus Benoit for the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
There's also a sneaky wee cage match in there that's worth a watch.
Yeah.
Val Venus versus Rikishi.
Ah, yes, the big dive off the top of the cage.
Yep. And the mother of all Bradshaw promos is in there as well.
What's that one?
The one where he gets all pissed off because Christian and Edge were making fun of Texas.
Was that? Oh, yeah.
Dallas, and that was the one where Christian said if GFK spent another minute in Dallas, he would have committed suicide anyway.
Yeah, because that was the show where Christian kept pretending to be sick.
Yeah.
The night.
Yeah. That was during the time where they were faking ailments to get out of tag matches. But then after Christian said that, Edge straight away went, so, for the benefit of those with flash photography. But then the Acolytes came out, so I was dreading to think what the fucking pose was going to be.
Yeah, Jesus.
Right, but the second Bret Hart story was basically just to elevate him up the card, and they wanted him to beat Piper for the belt, so they took him off Bret to put it on the Mountie to get beat by Piper to then have the big match at WrestleMania.
There you go. Wrestling historian. What would we do without him?
I know. He's a resident historian.
And
I'm-
those are
I'm-
my
I'm-
votes.
I'm choosing to believe option one.
Me too.
Option one is a complete fucking lie because Bret's contract wasn't up.
All right, fair enough then.
Well, I'm choosing option 2 in that case.
There was
Kinda cheating,
an
though, guys.
opportunity for say I'm going to go with option C.
What,
I was
cash
trying-
in?
I was trying
Cash
to
in the
remember what the-
Intercontinental title for
What the
the
TNA reference was there? I knew there was one, but I couldn't remember it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
cashing in the
Option
Intercontinental
C has to
title
go-
for a shot at the WWE title.
Also C for the end of the show. Option C.
Oh,
Right, shall we get into this week's TV then?
wait.
Yep,
I thought
yep.
I thought that was it.
All right, okay, fair enough. All right,
Hey,
bye.
that's all, folks.
Oh,
See.
You later.
all right. So we shall do the usual, and we will get kick-started into AEW. Pretty much, I was also going to kind of mention the kind of stuff that was going on Raw, but you know, Robert's kind of rundown actually very much helped. So I got most of the stuff out of the way. The only other kind of thing that I want to bring up from Raw, and then we can kind of move on from there, is Mustafa Ali is back.
Woohoo.
And he's not the hacker.
He is not the hacker. It seems as if that's potentially
Apparently-
been dropped.
Apparently the hackers hacked his way out of fucking television. Well done.
How the fuck did that work?
I'm
I'm
actually
going-
quite disappointed. That was the only story on SmackDown that I was genuinely interested in. I was like, I really want to find out who this hacker is.
I know.
It was essentially a redo of GTV, which we never really got a clear answer for. But somebody asked Vince Russo what the end game was, and they said, "Oh, we were going to reveal it was Goldust
Yeah.
that was behind GTV because he's a bit creepy and a bit pervy, and it was supposed to be a kind of voyeur sort of gimmick he was going to do."
Yeah. I've got a mate that was up at my house years ago, and I used like my mum and dad used to have one of those those cable boxes you got for 40 quid. You know the type I mean.
I had one too.
My mate was up to watch a wrestling pay-per-view about maybe 15 years ago, and the pay-per-view finished, and he was flicking through the channels, and because of the weird aspect ratio on it, he flicked by Gay TV, right? But the way the aspect ratio works, you couldn't see the bottom of the the bottom of the G. So he's like, "Oh, Gav TV." Right? we were.
What the fuck is Gav TV?
Fuck those. But me and my other two mates knew exactly what it was straight away. So we got up, walked into the kitchen, and burst out laughing. And he's sitting watching it, and he's like, "It's rugby that's on." It was obviously one of the build-ups to the scene that they were going to do. So we can hear him, he's like, "There's rugby on," and then fucking all of a sudden you just hear, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" So he just mentioned GTV there, just reminded me of that story. It was fucking excellent, though.
Oh, Cav TV, yeah, you know, the premier rugby channel. Fucking
Oh,
hell.
it was brilliant.
But I don't
I
know.
can't even remember what pay-per-view that was. I just remember Gav TV.
But
Oh, Gav TV, yeah.
the hacker thing, it was Bruce's idea, and I don't know if it was maybe dropped because he's now having to do two shows a week now instead of just the one.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can just like. Doesn't mean that you need to stop doing it, like. Because, I mean, like, even the thing with that was, like, it wasn't an every week thing that the hacker would show up.
And also, with Paul Heyman leaving as well and the sort of mess that he caused, according to AJ Styles, might have fucked things up as well.
What was the mess that he caused exactly?
Supposedly, it was Paul Heyman that told Vince to get rid of Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
Oh, so that's what that was about. I remember they were kind of partially talking about it, and they were talking about Heyman a lot, but I didn't quite understand the context of what was involved.
AJ basically spat the dummy and said, "I'm not working with him anymore."
Okay.
And that's why AJ got moved to SmackDown.
Okay.
But they were really balls in on Heyman hating. But at the end of the day, Vince has the last say. If Vince wanted to keep them, he would have kept them. But he didn't.
I know, especially since like they renegotiated their contracts not that long ago with WWE. Like, and as we kind of mentioned, as they got fired, was like they were the main event of WrestleMania, or part of the main event. I beg your pardon.
Yeah. Main event night 1.
Yeah, so like it just felt really weird getting rid of those two.
Mm-hmm.
But now they are the Good Brothers, and they are in Impact. Well, speaking of Impact, I do implore you to now watch Wrestle House.
I take it it's like segments cut up through Impact.
Yeah, but if someone can do like a supercut, or if Impact just wants to do a supercut and just show Wrestle House like as like a 20-minute segment or whatever every week, then I would very much appreciate that, because it's essentially like wrestling Big Brother, and then whenever there's an argument between people, they'll have matches because there's a wrestling ring in the back garden.
That sounds super fun.
Yeah, the first instance was they brought everybody in, and then they were like, well, this is your house, Taya. And Taya's like, this is my house. Do you think I would live in a place so tacky? And then...
Is it shoot her house?
Don't think so. I actually don't know whose house it is. But Tommy Dreamer walks down the stairs and it's like, it's my house. And they're like, why are you here? It's like, well... every reality TV show needs a host, and so I'm your host, and he's wearing this awesome, like, fucking white suit with a black shirt, and just looking suave as fuck, because I love Tommy Dreamer, and he will never not be, like, arguably one of my favorites. But, so he goes on to be like, oh, yeah, blah, 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 Wrestle House, and then people start having arguments, and I think it was the Deaners and Triple XL, and they're like, oh yeah, argue, and then Susie comes in and is like, no, why don't you take a deep breath and just forgive each other, have a truce. And then one of them, I can't remember exactly who, I think it may have been one of the Deaners, goes, no way, Jose. And then Tommy Dreamer just pops up behind Triple XL and goes, we didn't hire him.
Yeah.
And so, they scatter about. They're trying to find... there's only so many bedrooms. Johnny Swinger keeps saying to Crazy Steve, you can come and bunk up with me. I need a young boy, because he's still stuck in the 80s. Because Johnny Swinger is arguably the best thing on Impact.
He's so funny.
He's so fucking funny. And then... they find the wrestling ring outside, so AC Romero, who is a big fucking lad, he's like, oh, this will be perfect for me. And then Crazy Steve jumps in the ring, is like, no, it's all right. No, I called this first. I got in here first. This is mine. And so that called for match time, where Kylie Ray was the ref, and AC Romero and Crazy Steve had a match, and the winner got to sleep in the ring outside. And so this is that kind of thing where this will keep progressing, where every time there'll be a match, if there's ever a dispute. So later on, the two Deaners are sleeping in the room. Cody Deaner is on the floor, and cousin Jake is sleeping in bed, and one of them wakes the other up by snoring. They have this massive argument, and then Tommy Dreamer, who's in the other side of the bed, just pulls the sheet back, and it's like, I guess you're saying it's match time. And then the two of them are like, what, right now? And he's like, no, in the morning. I'm trying to go to sleep. So he's just there in the bed next to cousin Jake.
Speaking of Jose, have you seen his new look?
No, do show.
It is now being sent into the group chat for you to see.
Okay. Because
there's a big difference.
Because that was the thing I was about to get onto, considering the fact that No Way Jose was brought up unintentionally. I did want to kind of bring up, like, what do you think about the fact that, like, if he did show up in, like, maybe Impact or AEW and had an entirely new, like, serious character, like, how do you think that would go?
I don't know, because the picture I'm looking at, and for some reason it keeps saying it's still sending. So maybe, there we go, it's sent. I sent it twice.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Aye.
Fucking hell.
He looks about 20 years younger.
He looks like an emo.
I'm not complaining.
I mean, you know. I mean, for fuck's sake, like, I will admit that definitely is a better look. But, I mean, you know what? See, with the way that look does, that could kind of go towards the kind of gimmick that I'm thinking of, like, of him being, like, kind of more of a heel. Because, like, I don't want him to do a happy No Way Jose style gimmick anymore. Like, I feel like everybody knows him as that now, and now's the time for him to kind of prove that he can do other stuff. And this might be it.
I can see him getting paired with Ace Austin.
Now there's a shout.
Just based on looks.
Yeah.
I mean, this all depends, obviously, if he goes to Impact, but
I don't think he's going anywhere until things go back to normal, because he wasn't a big enough name, and he wasn't with Impact before.
Yeah. But it's just kind of like the way that, like, he does look kind of emo-esque now, so he could kind of be like, it kind of looks like he can kind of work off the whole, oh, I had my dream job and they let me go and I've became kind of depressed and angry and and he could kind of work off of that, like, because, I mean, you know, kind of like an evil, angry version of the Drake Maverick storyline.
Yeah.
But just in another company. Because, like, the last thing that I want him to do these days is to do the same gimmick, almost. Like, oh, I'm so happy and everything is so great. And it's like, mate, you lost your job.
It could work. If it basically comes in, maybe without any changes, physical changes or personality changes, you could pair him with the Rascals. And it would fit into the treehouse, no bother.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I see that.
Well,
are you saying, like, he starts off with the Rascals being all happy-go-lucky and then realizing
goes down?
Yeah, this isn't for him.
But getting down. I mean, like, joining in their group activities. Let's say maybe mellow him out a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then becomes basically like Papa Rascal.
The He-Man Women Hater Club.
Yep.
And also the last thing on Impact is I just want to bring up the way that they done a backstage segment about the North after they lost the tag titles to the Motorcycle Machine Guns last week.
Pew pew.
And the way that...
That's how we should just refer to the Machine Guns going forward. Never call them that, just call them pew pew.
Pew pew. So Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, pew pew, defeated the North last week for the Impact tag titles, and it cuts to them backstage this week, and Josh Alexander is just shouting at Ethan Page, just like, oh yeah, you always have something to say. Now all of a sudden you don't have anything to say. Then he turns around to the camera, cuts this awesome promo, and then looks back at Ethan Page, just like, well, and then Ethan Page just kind of goes, nah. And it's just like the fact that all ego Ethan Page is speechless about losing these belts, and it's kind of one of these things that goes back to, and it really started making me think like how some people are so good at being distraught about losing championship titles, and then how some people are really bad at it. And then obviously the one
John Cena.
The one example I was going to bring up was John Cena. Exactly.
Okay,
Fucking,
I'll get it back.
Have you seen him in ages, by the way?
I know. Good. It's been great.
Movie star now.
He's a movie star.
Have you not seen Playing with Fire?
No.
No.
It's actually pretty fun. It's a Nickelodeon film where he's like a fireman. He's like the chief of like a forest firehouse, and he finds these three Waynes in the woods, and he needs to take care of them until he finds their parents.
Ugh. I just remember when that movie was being advertised on fucking the radio, and then there was literally a point, for no reason, there was this clip of some child just going, Alexa, play BTS. And it's like, oh, fuck off. Like, just fuck off. Like, I know BTS were starting to become a thing, and they're like fucking falling off the map at this point. Jesus Christ. That was
Do you remember the Burger King radio advert?
No.
And TV advert? It was really annoying.
No.
It would basically just go like that. I ended up getting banned after like less than a week because that many people complained about it. It was just basically the whole point of the advert was just Alexa, tell them about the Whopper. And then your Alexa kicked off and started saying the Whopper was first introduced in blah 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 blah.
So it was like that South Park episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
We're
The Burger King actually did it, and it fucking the ad got taken. They got discontinued after a few days because that many people complained about it.
Yeah, because like you shouldn't be using people's like actual, like things, like their things that they have in their life to be like, ooh, do.
Yeah, but the advert was like silent for like the duration of Alexa's spiel.
Yeah, because they
And so
knew that
it
was going to happen.
Yeah, and it was timed perfectly. So when our spiel would have been finished, they're like, "So there you have it. Now you know all about the Whopper." And all that. And it's like, the fuck.
I think that's fucking genius.
It's genius, but I can at the very, very much at the same time completely can say that is fucking ridiculous. It's the most geniusly ridiculous thing that I've ever heard of. So that was the very brief Impact. Also, Eddie Edwards defended successfully the world title against Trey. And I guess I need to kind of change one of my statements last week. Kurt Hawkins, or Brett Myers, is now known as, has not actually debuted yet. He did have a build-up. Yeah, for some reason, Brett Myers, of all people, got a build-up promo. Brian Myers, sorry. Yeah, because it was Brett Major, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting those mixed up. That guy of all people was getting a fucking build-up promo. It's like,
No, tell a lie. Ryder was Brett Major.
well, there you go. Yeah,
It'll
so
come up later on.
So Hawkins, of all people, is getting a fucking build-up promo. It's like, oh, he's coming, and it's like, yeah, but it's still just Kurt Hawkins. And
Did
next,
anybody else show up? Impact.
Well, next week they have confirmed that Moose will defend the TNA World Title against Heath.
So nobody named Ethan showed up for Impact.
Yeah, I'm working on it. because Ethan Carter did show up. He showed up the day after, or the episode after Impact attacked Moose, and then he cut this awesome promo this week. And I'm just can't wait for him to actually show up, because he did this whole thing where it was like, oh, when you hear EC3, you know what that means, and then his old theme music started playing, the ladies and gentlemen, EC3, and then he started maiming trouble.
I didn't realise that was basically a rip-off of Fall Out Boy's My Songs Know What You Do in the Dark.
Neither did I.
Neither did I.
Listen to Trouble, then listen to that song.
Okay. I mean, that means I need to listen to Fall Out Boy, but...
Yeah,
Fall Out Boy are okay.
That album that song's on is a great album.
That probably was during the time where I actually liked Fall Out Boy, to be honest with you, but I don't know. I just kind of don't like them anymore. Probably because their new stuff is shite, and it's kind of like that way with me with Blackstone Cherry, to be honest. A lot of their later albums were just gash, and it kind of makes me just not like them in general. Like, even though...
You're just clutching on a big train rolling down the line, aren't you?
No, I hated that song. Like, I was a massive fan of White Trash Millionaire. That was my fucking jam of theirs.
That's a tune, man. That's a tune.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. The only reason I know Big Train Rolling Down the Line is SmackDown versus Raw. Something, because it just played on fucking repeat. It's a pain in the tats.
And it didn't even it's a decent song, but no, I'd definitely say that's in the very, very lower half of any Blackstone Cherry songs that I like. And I swear to God, like, their first 3 albums were fucking gold, man. And then, like, 4, 5, and I think maybe their 6th album at this point was all just kind of shit. Especially that Me and Mary Jane Got a Thing Going On song. That song was bad. Right, I'll tell you this one very quick story, and then we'll finally get into AEW and NXT for the week. I went to see Shinedown and Blackstone Cherry in Manchester one time because Shinedown, they're one of my favorite bands. But Blackstone Cherry were the main event for some reason, and they got to a point where they just kept singing new stuff off like their recent album, and I just kept shouting, "Play your old stuff, the new stuff, shite!" And then this girl in front of me got really fucking angry and turned around and told me, "Shut the fuck up."
You can be difficult to put up with sometimes, Chris.
No, I can't. I'm the best. Everybody loves me.
He's a fucking saint.
Yeah. Try standing at a wrestling show with him when he's pissed.
No, I'll stick to my usual spot, thanks.
I know. It's not like you can really do that very often because you keep getting chucked out.
Who,
me?
No, Chris. I only get chucked out once.
I feel like it was more than once.
Nah, I've only been chucked out once. And to be fair, that was the fucking bar staff being pissed off. That was nothing to do. Have you heard this story, Robert?
No, I have not.
Right, we were at an ICW show in the garage.
Yeah, you probably know
it. Joe Coffey was in the ring cutting a promo, and I went up to the bar and I'd ordered 2 beers, and then with the change I got, I put it in the puggy next to the bar, and 2 spins later I got a jackpot, right? But then he gave you the repeat, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. So I got yes on the repeat, so it paid me out a double jackpot, and a fucking alarm went off on the puggy whilst Joe's in the ring cutting this promo.
That's not your fault.
I know it's not my fault, but I think the bar staff were pissed off because they were probably knew it was getting ready to pay out. All bar staff do, they count the money that's going in and out so they can win out it. So I think they were pissed off that I'd taken £200 out of it. So they paid me out and told me to leave. Said I was too drunk, which to be fair I was quite drunk, but...
Next time give me a phone, I'll tell you meet me at the back door.
It was fucking ridiculous though, man. But I've never watched that episode of Worldwide Back, so I'm just dreading hearing that fucking noise going off. Like,
I imagine that the fine editors at ICW would have cut that out.
yeah,
I don't know if they would have been able to.
it was loud. Like,
It was loud.
Everybody in the room fucking turned around and looked at me, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but you were just like, ah, because you just won a double fucking jackpot.
Do you remember roughly when it was, so I can look up the episode and see if I can confirm that for you?
No.
Do you remember the year?
It was during Joe Coffey's title reign, I want to say.
Right, so you're talking 2018.
Does that sound about right, Chris?
Yeah, possibly.
It was during heel Joe Coffey, I'm pretty sure.
So that's 17 or 18.
So
I'd say probably 17.
But I mean, like, you gotta remember, like, we were out for a long time before. I think we recorded a podcast, and then we went straight into town. Then we went to campus, and I think that was the day that you done that card trick. And it's like, right, if I can get your card, you give us some free shots. And they were like, all right then. And then you pulled it off. And then they were so fucking angry. They were like, oh, come on. And then, like, even one of them, like, behind the bar, like, because I started celebrating, the chick behind the bar was like, do you know how that's done? I was like, I seriously do not know how that's done. Like, not even a word of lie.
Yeah, Griz, right. See, people ask me that when I do that card trick. They're like, how does that work? And I say, I don't know. And it's true. I don't know. It just does.
Do you not have like a wand like Sheldon, bibbidi bobbidi boo?
We're not making Big Bang Theory references on this show.
I probably should do, because I genuinely don't know how that card trick works.
What happened to you, Griz? You used to be cool, man.
So did Big Bang Theory, and then it went on fucking 7 seasons too long.
None of you, fuck, it's wasted on you, man. I essentially just won the fucking Simpsons belt, and you just fucking sandbagged me.
What, you said Sheldon? Oh no, you're right. Yep.
What happened to you, China? You used to be cool, man.
Well, he's won the belt.
Technically not, because neither of us got
really,
it.
because nobody else recognised it.
Yeah, because I was too busy. I was too hung up on the Big Bang Theory reference.
I'm going to have to say that's not a victory.
I am the FTS world champion at the minute.
Fuck the Simpsons champion.
Anyway, shall we get into Dynamite and NXT?
Dynamite!
I don't know why, but I mean, I say I don't know why. Obviously, I know why, because it's an awesome song every week, and like it's annoying me that they've not played it in a little while. But I fucking love the Dynamite theme song.
I think it's now on Spotify. They've got a big playlist now of all.
It is on Spotify.
A lot of the themes are on Spotify now as well, including Kenny Omega's, which I remember you saying a wee while ago, guys. You were raging that it was only a wee shitey cover version you could find on Spotify.
It was, yeah. They finally put up the actual version.
Yep.
But yeah, no, kind of got that they.
I had my Spotify on shuffle the other day when I was sitting in the pub, and I almost gave it a fucking.
Honestly, see when I listen to like kind of some of the themes at work, I just kind of do that sometimes, like when I'm like running down a high-rise flat, and I just kind of like, bang, and then it's like that. Then I realize, fuck, there's cameras in the stairwells.
Yeah.
And you're threatening gun violence.
I know,
but the thing is, like, there's probably a lot of times where I'm like doing weird shit running down the stairwells, just like because I'm like listening to my music and I'm all like sometimes if I'm like unintentionally listening to another Wednesday night wrestling theme song when I used to listen to the Slipknot song, and then I'm doing the pure Slipknot face. So
somebody opened the door because they heard the postman coming to that fucking face.
I know, talk about going postal.
It's not been the first time. It's not been the first time, I can assure you that.
There was violence, intimidating homeowners.
There was this one time where like there's this one house that has like kind of a very very small like conservatory kind of area that like you can kind of sit in when it's nice, and then like I remember I was no, you have a massive conservatory to sit out when it's nice. And I remember one time I was listening to, I think it might have been like Duality or something like that. But like right at that point, like I kind of opened the gate and I was walking up, and it was the part where it goes, "I push my fingers into my eyes," and I just kind of like I mime songs like while I'm working, just because fucking bored as shit. Like it makes my day easier. And I was like, and then I put the mail through, and I just seen this wee old woman on the other side staring at me. And I was like, there you go, bye.
Jesus. Thank fuck you're not my postman.
Why? That'd be great.
My poor mum.
You could give me like drinks and sweets and stuff.
You would not get toast if you done that to her.
That's true. Or scrambled eggs, which she was so adamant about making me.
She likes to feed people.
And I really appreciated that as well. It's just after the amount that I drank, I was like, maybe Ian's might not be the best idea.
Because when I went to go and get your box of cider, I was like, Chris didn't really drink that much. And he went, yeah, I had some cans that weren't in the box.
Yeah, I had about 15 or so cans on me. Down to at least 8. And then, but bearing in mind that I also had a podcast I had done before I came to yours, so yeah, I probably had about nearly a case and a half by the time Slammiversary ended.
Did they tell you about the makeshift mask that I made him for going into Asda?
No.
No, tell him that story.
Basically rummaging in the books, it was at an Asda. Oh, I need to go to Asda, I need to go get something to eat and some X, Y, and Z. I was like, do you have a mask? No. And I was like, fuck, I've not got my mask either. So I usually keep them in the car for when I go out shopping with my mum. So I was rummaging through the book. I was like, I'm sure we can find something like a jumper or anything. Find a tea cloth, like a dish towel. So I take the bauble out my hair, wrap the tea cloth around his fucking face and tie it up with a bauble. Nice. He looked like a fucking bandit.
I find it really difficult going into stores and not robbing them with a face mask on.
Looking like a bandito.
Yep. It looked like Hangman Page.
And I've been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption as well, which makes it even harder. Right, anyway.
Yes.
Dynamite! Let's see if we can get past the opening song.
So another thing about Impact is...
yeah, fucking arse. Oh my god.
So Dynamite started this week with the 10-man tag, which I thought was going to be the main event, so that was very jarring. So that was the entire Inner Circle against Best Friends and Friends.
It was a fun name. It was a really fun name. I liked it.
Yeah. So Best Friends and Friends consisted of Chuck Taylor, Trent, Orange Cassidy, and they came out to Orange Cassidy's theme music, which was a bit weird.
It's his feud.
I know, but like just because of his new theme music recently, like I kind of feel like he's got the most unrecognizable theme music of them all. So see if they just kind of came out to the Best Friends theme music because the name was Best Friends and Friends, might have worked a bit better.
But see if you don't play his new music, no one's going to recognise it. So you need to get it on television.
Yeah, I don't really have a problem with that because he is the leader in this at the moment.
He's the one that's focused on.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
Issue with that.
You're not wrong.
The Inner Circle came out to Judas, not the Inner Circle theme music.
Yeah, and that baffled me a little actually.
It's because
they only see. I think we've had this discussion before. They only seem to come out to the Inner Circle theme music when Jericho isn't with them. If Jericho's with them, it's Judas.
Yeah, you're right. We have had that discussion before, and it's 100% correct. When Jericho is involved, then bang, it's Judas every fucking time.
Make my money.
I mean,
Do you
of
think he
course,
gets paid each time that song's played?
Yes,
probably.
100%. TV station would need to pay the PRS for it.
Fucking Jericho, he's a fucking maniacal genius.
He is a wily veteran. Yeah, he is the GOAT.
Jericho.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's why they had that GOAT that one time.
Yeah.
So as we said, the 10-man tag opened us up. That was the entire Inner Circle against Trent, Chuck Taylor, Orange Cassidy, Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt accompanied them to ringside. And I don't know, like, this could have been really good. I can't help but feel as if it was a bit shorter than I was expecting it to be. But there was some pretty fun spots all in all. There was a lot of like dives to the outside, including even the part where Luchasaurus and Jake Hager just started throwing Marco Stunt back and forth.
Well, that was great fun.
Yeah. And then eventually it got to the point where Luchasaurus with Marco Stunt on his back just dive bombed on top of everybody. And then that led to Orange Cassidy willing to do his big suicide dive where he just kind of bounced off the ropes and then realized halfway through he couldn't be bothered. So I'll just stick my sunglasses on. It's fine.
No one noticed.
Then the big 5-way hug, because you got to give the people what they want, because nobody done that, because Excalibur was not in commentary this week.
Yes. Curious indeed. Apparently it was there.
Yeah, but, because of a video that got brought up from about 10 years ago, Excalibur's going to have some time off.
What?
I
I've completely missed all this.
It was actually nearer 20 years ago.
Well, it was in PWG.
Did he say a bad thing?
The N-word.
In a promo that Kevin Owens was also involved in. And
Who also said it.
Down over it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's just like a case of like, Sammy, go away, do your sensitivity training, come back.
But see, the thing is though, it was said in a promo that's obviously been scripted. Like, you would have to fucking cascade every actor that's ever said the N-word in a movie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was the argument that was brought up.
Yeah, it's different from when Hulk Hogan said it. Hulk Hogan said it when he didn't know he was being filmed.
Yeah, and he said it in a malicious kind of way.
Yeah.
But exactly like the way that you brought it up is the kind of way that some people are arguing about it on the interwebs of saying, like, I mean, wasn't Brad Pitt in, like, what was it, Django or something like that?
Leo DiCaprio.
That one. Well, who did I say?
Brad Pitt.
Same thing.
It's just another straight white male.
Yeah, but Leonardo DiCaprio, like, that wasn't that film, like the movie that used the most N-words, like, in like fucking history or something like that.
Yep, it's a Quentin Tarantino film based in the days of cotton plantations.
Oh, so it's just full of N-words and feet.
Yep.
It's
yeah. So you don't see Quentin Tarantino getting really a lot of flack for writing the script or being a part of the script or blah blah blah. You don't see Leonardo DiCaprio being shafted out of Hollywood for saying the N-word like constantly because like it was structured for him to say that in that way because that was that kind of thing. It's kind of the same difference with wrestling. Like I would not say that like they came out there and they said that without the knowledge of, I believe it was Human Tornado was the person that they were saying that to at the time. And plus, like, obviously this was a long time ago. I'm not saying the times were different, yada yada, but like, I mean, they were, but that's not the point.
Say they were like
they were, but that's not the point. The point is like, they had to obviously have went up to Human Tornado, if that was the person that was in it, the segment that we're talking about, and they had to have obviously have okayed that with him at the time, because there would have been absolutely no chance that they would have been able to just get that off the cuff and then get away with it. That had to have been a planned segment that Human Tornado, I believe there was also a Spanish wrestler as well that was also in there that they also made, racist kind of terms towards. So it was like, it's obviously like these two were playing dickhead characters at the time. That's the kind of stuff they done. And it's PWG, which, is always a bit out there with their kind of stuff, especially back in the day. So it's just kind of one of these things where I do believe that it's going to be this kind of, right, take a couple of weeks off and then, we'll bring you back and then everything should probably be all right.
I kind of agree with that sort of the actions that they've taken. They're not sacking him.
Yeah.
They're going about it the right way, because if you sack someone for like stuff like that, you're setting that sort of bad precedent for like things. Because I mean, we've all said, everyone, I don't care who you are, you've said something in the past that it's not been PC or not been right. We've all done it, right? So to then cancel someone because of a stupid comment that they made 20 years ago is ridiculous. Like, and basically what you're saying is that in that gap of time, if you're cancelling that person for saying that, then you're saying that this person hasn't changed and won't change. I'm also not the same person I was 10 years ago.
And also, and also the kind of way that, this was that many years ago and they weren't reprimanded until now.
Yes.
And so it's like, okay, so you've just let that person go through his entire wrestling career and not reprimanded him for it, but you're going to reprimand him for it now when he is at his absolute peak.
There should be a statute of limitations on these things.
Yeah. Exactly. I think
if it's before 2010 or before 2015.
But I think like Chris kind of hit it on the head there when he says like, this was done in a promo style situation, which means it was part of the show. This isn't the actual feelings of Kevin Owens and Excalibur. This is them playing characters. And I know like a lot of people kind of want to go like, oh, well, like a lot of wrestlers play extensions of themselves. And it's like, yeah, well, this might be one of those times where they're not playing extensions of themselves. They're going...
Well, in that case, Vince McMahon is a heavy racist.
Yeah. I mean, he's said it before on television.
On pay-per-view.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Like, for episode 2 of Happening at the Cecil Hotel, which was just dropped about an hour ago, by the way. Getting that in there.
Time.
There's a bit in that where we're discussing the whole Elisa Lam thing, and we talk about mental health, and I think it's kind of the same when we say like we live in a different world now. Like obviously Elisa Lam, that happened like less than 10 years ago, but even less than 10 years ago, people didn't really understand the whole mental health thing and weren't as conscious and as not accepting, like, you know what I mean, of mental health issues. This is the exact same. It's like back then, yes, it's a horrible thing to say, but back then it wasn't really looked at, even though it wasn't that long ago, it wasn't really a big deal, hence why nothing was said about it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's just in the way that like there's a lot of people that find the need to go back and be like, oh, look at this person, let's go and see what they said like 15 or fucking 10 years ago on Twitter, and it's like, you know, when like life was completely different, and like I'm not saying that like any of this stuff is justified, obviously, but like life was different, things were taken differently, and then even like people making jokes, and then they're getting reprimanded for them these days, and it's like, for one, it was a joke, and you know, it's just, I don't know, it was a joke at the time, and it's like, all right, yeah, but also I was much younger, and I've grown up since then, and that's not how I feel now. It wasn't even how I felt then. It was just kind of one of those things of, it was a joke at the time, back when, you know, all these kind of like, life was different, and that's how life was. Like, oh yeah, we make jokes about things, and stuff has changed. Life has changed. So much more stuff has been much more accepted than it was now, and obviously a lot of people realize that, like, okay, we can't make jokes about that kind of stuff anymore because, like, there's a lot more people that are, like, obviously struggling from these kinds of things and yada yada, to put a very blank thing over it. But
yeah, I think the point you're trying to make is, it's obviously, it's not a cool thing to say. It never was a cool thing to say, but people are more aware that that's not cool now than they were back then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's gay.
Right. So yeah, the 10-man tag.
Yeah. So, you know, they done the big hug spot, and then Sammy Guevara tried to, you know, interject, and ended up landing in between all five of them for a great beatdown spot where they all just beat the shit out of him. Pretty good stuff. So the kind of finish of the match came where Sammy Guevara was definitely in the he was in the pole position to win this match essentially for his team. I also want to just mention that Jake Hager looked like he was wrestling in his underwear in this match, which was very weird.
No, that's his fighting shorts.
That's his MMA gear.
I know, but it looks like underwear.
Underwear?
Under there.
Ah.
Yeah, so Sammy Guevara was on the top rope.
Chris,
He was...
now that you've spoke again, you missed a great opportunity to jinx us there, Robert. On a podcast.
Yeah,
I would have to do it myself.
Anyway,
I don't know. I feel like you may have loved that. It's
Now the only thing on my mind is what I'm having for dinner, so
it's 4 more hours of me.
Do I fancy Chinese? Do I fancy Indian? Am I going to get a chippy? Am I going to get pizza?
Yeah, chippy suck.
Would have been 4 hours of that.
With Sammy Guevara looked good in this match. Liked his gear.
He's got, I'm going to just call them pants that finally fit him. Because a highlight of Sammy Guevara matches is he flashes as a butt cheek every single match. And it's normally the right butt cheek.
The fact you know the exact butt cheek is interesting.
And this week on Dynamite, we had no butt cheek. So,
God damn it, Sammy, get it together for fuck's sake.
the thumbs up, he finally got some pants that fit him properly. Bad news is no butt cheek.
I was wondering where you were going with that. I was like, as a straight man, even I find Sammy Guevara attractive.
There's worse butt cheeks to look at. I'll give you that.
Definitely. Oh man, sorry. We'll get to the segment later, the interview segment.
Okay.
Sammy was brilliant in that.
Yeah. So Sammy Guevara was on the top rope, ready to something on Luchasaurus, and then Matt Hardy's theme music hit, I guess, because he has 8,000 theme musics, and then Matt Hardy came out the crowd, pushed Guevara off the top rope. That gave Luchasaurus the opportunity he needed to hit the tail whip, the kick, the victory, and the best friends and friends win this thing.
Just to point out as well, that wasn't the first time Luchasaurus hit the tail whip on Sammy Guevara. He hit it on him earlier on in the match, and it was fucking beautiful, man.
There is a torrential downpour outside right now.
Yeah. Not here, there isn't.
Oh fuck! I think I just seen lightning.
Did MDL sort of clock that Luchasaurus' mask almost came off?
Yes, I saw that as well.
Yes, that's right. And I just heard thunder. It's literally thunder and lightning here right now.
I think it's still dry here. I've got my
That's-
curtains closed.
That's fucking
My
bonkers.
curtains are closed as well, so I can't tell.
Oh my god. I just seen thunder and I heard lightning. Like,
What?
I think, yeah, it's thunder and lightning here right now.
Yeah, but think about what you said there.
I seen thunder and I heard lightning. Yeah, what's wrong with that?
You don't see thunder. Thunder is sound. You
Don't
see
tell me what
lightning.
to do. I'll see what I want, alright?
Maybe
it was me that said a wacky backy stick.
Look outside. I see a WCWB show.
Nice. I see a Puerto Rico tag team. That's a really deep cut for the big wrestling fans of that watch Puerto Rican wrestling.
I was going to say, you look out your window, you see Santana and Ortiz.
No, there was actually a tag team called Thunder and Lightning.
I see proud and I see powerful.
I'd rather just see one of them because one of them annoys me.
You need to fucking get over it. Build a bridge and get over it, Griz.
I've got my window open just in case the thunder and lightning gets as far as here. But it is pissing and rain outside, so.
Yeah. Oh man, it's like, as I say, it's like, it looks like fucking download.
I can actually hear it.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it was a minute ago, but like, Jesus Christ, was that rough for a minute there?
Yeah, so if this episode doesn't come out, assume we died.
Yeah. I know the worrying thing is, like, I was maybe considering running back out to the brewski shop at one point to just in case, like, I down a fucking entire liter of vodka and I'm still alive. But I guess it may not be happening at this point.
There's a good chance you would do that.
I had to actually look outside because I thought that I had a washing out.
Oh shit!
But washing's in and no rain yet.
Yeah.
Here in Kirkintilloch.
Yeah. Jesus, it makes you sound like you're a fucking 60-year-old woman. Better make sure my washing's alright.
Oh, my mum would have fucking killed me if I'd left that washing up.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. Fucking wet washing or a re-soaked washing is no good.
Because then you
So-
wash it again.
Exactly. So what was next on Dynamite?
Moxley cut a brief promo, and then, you know, Taz done his usual hoopla, and so it wasn't next, but on the Dark the night before this Dynamite aired, they said that Hikaru Shida versus Diamante was for the Women's Championship, and since then they have went back on that.
No, it was advertised during the show as for the Women's Championship.
Not in the graphic, it wasn't.
That wasn't on the graphic because I thought it was for the Women's Championship as well, and it wasn't announced as a championship match.
Nope.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was like they were very, very questionable about whether or not this was for the belt, and then as soon as it came out and they didn't do the kind of belt presentation holdy up thing, it was like, okay, but well, why
Look,
did you advertise it as such?
Does it even matter if it was or it wasn't?
Yes, it does.
Why? She
It
does still.
matters.
So if it was
It
a title
ma-
match, they'd have defended it anyway. So
It matters to me. Because I mean, like, I feel like when there's a title match on the line, there's that much more kind of intrigue, and if it's a non-title match, it's like, Shida's probably just gonna win, and then that'll be it. But there's always that kind of doubt when it's a title match. But nevertheless, that match is coming up later on as the. But next is a championship match, and that is the TNT Championship match, where Warhorse took his shot against Cody for the TNT Championship. What do you guys think about Warhorse?
I wasn't particularly impressed with Warhorse. He clearly looks like Nightwolf from Mortal Kombat.
I wasn't. I wouldn't say I was like super impressed, but I thought it was all right. He did a good job.
It was fun.
I felt as though he was like wrestling almost on a delay. He felt quite slow.
He is kind of baby Ultimate Warrior
So,
for a
like,
start.
They done a spot where he was running towards Cody, and Cody was in the corner, and Cody reverses it into a drop toe hold. But instead of him like running like the way you would if you're going to do like a corner strike, it just sort of half-assed it. It felt.
Maybe it was nerves.
What, wrestling in front of no one?
Apart from
Yeah.
the millions watching at home.
Aye, but you would forget about all the fucking cameras anyway, if you're just doing your work.
Yeah, true.
Nah, wasn't impressed, but I do quite like this whole. It appears that Cody's warring against the Indies.
Yeah. Oh, bollocks.
See if they can do something about getting that belt finished. That'd be smashing.
2 weeks from now.
Is that
You'll
right?
get your
Yeah.
wish. Yep. 12th of August, I think he said, will be the debut of the new belt. As in, I think it's probably finished, but probably because there's already, Dynamite's taped, you won't see it until then.
Yeah, fair enough. That's good to hear.
Yeah, so he's definitely confirmed.
Because that silver penny is bad, man.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
I'm used to it now.
I'm used to it as well now, but
I'm used
when
to
I
it,
see
but it's
when
still
I see it up
bad.
close, I'm like, oh.
When he won the belt, they done a press conference after Double or Nothing, and they asked him about the new belt, and he's like, so to be honest, I might not even take the new belt because this is the one I was given. I'm the first person to hold this belt.
Fuck, you would, wouldn't you?
Just take the new belt.
So I don't
can
know.
go away about the nick yet.
I want to see him lose, so that we can get this. So that we can get this story going, because he's pissing Arn Anderson off something awful now.
Yeah.
Antics.
Oh yeah, he's getting more heelish every week. I mean, just concerning the point that concerning the fact that one point in this match, he just started doing push-ups, and Arn Anderson's like, "Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Seriously, stop it!" And then he just completely ignored him. It's like, what is the point in getting a coach that literally has a coach sheet like he's a fucking XFL coach? That's right, XFL. And then you're not going to bother listening to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and as we'll find out later on in the show, it seems that our Arn might be looking to pick up some other talent to coach / manage.
Mm-hmm. I know. I think
right again.
Yeah. So Warhorse done all right here. I must admit, like it. I mean, it wasn't the greatest match in the world, but I do kind of like the gimmick. I think he's kind of funny. He can do some stuff in the lower mid cards. Maybe might even be TNT champion depending on whoever beats Cody for the title. That kind of jazz.
I just don't get what all the fucking hoopla was about.
Because he was kind of one of those few people that just got over online.
They brought him up a couple of weeks ago when Cody were doing an interview where Arn's like, they're at, oh, who do you think will be next? And Arn basically went, what about that Warhorse kid? And then all of a sudden I was seeing Warhorse all over Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, this guy might be really good if the fact that he's get so much fucking hype. And then I was just sort of left disappointed going, great. This guy would have fitted in during the whole Blood Runs Cold gimmick in WCW with Glacier Mortis.
Wow. So you just really were not a fan of Warhorse then?
It just, to me, it felt as though he would have fitted into WCW 97 and done fine.
Yeah, but he was probably about 12 during that point, so...
Well, if we could take him out of 2020 and put him into 97...
Oh. Okay, that makes more sense.
He would, with his presentation...
Yeah, because he
looking more Mortal Kombat-y.
In 1997, he would have been Renegade.
Not fake Nightwolf.
No.
But,
Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe it may have been in a faction with Glacier and whatnot.
I'll send you a picture of Nightwolf and you tell me.
Okay.
But Cody picked up the win by submission.
He sure did. He locked on that figure 4, which he's been winning a lot more matches with recently. So after this match, the Dark Order hit the ring. More specifically, the two, jobber tag team version of the Dark Order. And then, so they beat up Warhorse, they beat up Cody, and then they tried to square off with Arn Anderson. And then Matt Cardona comes out looking ripped as all fuck.
Yeah, fucking somebody was putting effort in the gym during these 90 days.
And if you don't know who Matt Cardona is, the formerly known as Woo Woo Woo, you know it, Zack Ryder. And he came out with his shirt on, and then, believe you me, he was fucking ready to rip that fucking shirt off and show off that goddamn bod of his.
I don't even think he ripped off. I think he just sort of flexed a peck and the fucking shirt just pounced off.
He just popped up his LI and he just went, bah!
Did you hear?
That happens to me on a regular basis in work, but that's normally because I've let my belly flop a wee bit too much and a button just goes ping!
You and me both, son.
Being billed as from Strong Island, which I thought was quite weird.
Well, look at him now. Do you not believe he's billed from Strong Island?
No, because it's not even a real place.
It's Long Island, but he's bigger now, so he's stronger.
So he's longer. So he's from Longer Island.
No, he's from Stronger Island.
Let's just say he's from parts unknown.
No, but
yeah, Strong Island, parts unknown. Just outside of Dudleyville.
But appearance-wise, I think he's the biggest change that I've seen in such a short gap of time.
Big beefy. Definitely.
I mean, I've met, I think that Keith kind of looks a bit beefier. I mean, we've seen him twice in Impact, and both times he had a shirt on, but obviously I'm more referring to that one shot that he had in WWE since his firing, where he had his shirt off in that match with Drew McIntyre, and it's like, Jesus Christ, that guy is he's built now. He used to be kind of a bit flabby, but he looks a lot more solid now.
Do you think Vince would have kept Ryder if he looked the way that he does now?
No.
Instead of sacking him?
No.
The guy that loves beef, get rid of the beef.
It's hard to say, to be honest.
Right now, Vince McMahon is somewhere furiously masturbating to fucking Roman Reigns' fucking picture where he's put the fucking beef on. That doesn't need anyone else.
Oh my god, I cannot wait for him to come back.
Giving himself a fucking Superman punch 5-knuckle shuffle.
Yeah. And then, no doubt, absolutely no doubt, Roman Reigns is going to come back with that tactical vest on, and then, part way through, maybe his first, major match, I don't know, Braun Strowman, and then, part way through the match when he's kicked out of 3 fucking Braun Strowman power slams, he goes, oh, and then he just unbuckles it and it just falls down his side, and you just see his massive rippling fucking body, and then he's just basically I was just 5 years as World Universal Champion.
A bit like Tai Chi when he rips off his trousers.
Exactly, but I don't know. I think Tai Chi looks better. I told you I love Tai Chi, man.
I love Tai Chi lattes.
So, after this, Shavante is on the stage, and he's like, oh yeah, I've got some interesting news about Our next pay-per-view, it's going to be all out. It's going to be in September the something or other. 8th, I want to say.
September the 5th.
September the 5th. I was off by like a bunch of days. Yep, Thursday night pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. And then the Inner Circle come out. They have the hoopla. Sammy Guevara says son of a bitch about 3 times when talking about Matt Hardy.
The best was the Spanish translation.
Yeah, that had me in stitches.
Yeah. What is son of a bitch in Spanish?
Son of hell, bitch.
Jericho once again asks, what color's my jacket? It's orange. What color is it meant to be? White. Does it still smell like oranges? Kind of smells like cat pee. No.
Oh, I love like the comedic element of Inner Circle. Like, it's so good.
Santana's such a true friend there. Why would they lie to him?
I know, exactly.
Why would you tell him that? And it's like, well, I'm not going to lie to you, mama.
Absolutely not. Like, that's what a true friend is. Like, seriously,
if I was reeking a cat piss, I would like to think one of you would tell me.
I know, ditto. It's considering I have 2 fats around here somewhere. There's one.
The bit as well with Ortiz after they walked off.
Yeah.
Ortiz like, cat pee!
But that won't go over with Griz.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's still quite funny.
Because Griz, I still don't understand why you hate Ortiz.
It's quite easy.
You're basically saying I hate fun.
No, I just hate him. It's very easy. Don't cat. No. Bad Chris.
Ortiz is great. I actually quite like him.
No. I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you exactly the point where it started to annoy me, and this is going to be very weird. That not only do I remember this, but the fact that it stuck with me so much was, I think it was the first week after the Inner Circle was formed, when they announced their name. That was exactly it.
So week 2 of Dynamite.
Yes, I guess so.
So basically since day 1.
Since day 2-ish. Day 2-ish. They came out. The whole Inner Circle was standing there looking intimidating. And then Ortiz was standing there and he just kept doing this.
That's fucking wonderful audio, Griz, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to now explain, now that I've showed you. It just, like, every, 3 seconds, he just stuck his tongue out. And then...
He's a nutcase.
But he's not, though. He's never been like that, ever.
He's a wacky fucking... How can you say he's not been like that ever when we're day 2, show 2, of a fucking program?
Because I've seen him for fucking years and he never acted like that.
But not everyone that's watched him for years, not everyone knows who he is before Dynamite.
I know, and a lot of them thought, man, that guy's a bit special.
A bit like George the Animal Steel type of way.
I know, and I fucking hated him as well.
Can we mute him?
Tell me what to do.
I'll dub him out in the mix, don't worry.
Thank you.
I'd see another thing about...
And he's gone.
Yay. Isn't that nice? So up next on Dynamite, who did we have after that? After the interview?
I'll unmute Griz because I don't have notes.
I knew that I had worth in this show. You can't survive without me. So
well, I
we had
just took notes, but I knew you would have, and I was watching. Whilst I was watching. So,
See, told you I had worth. So afterwards, we had the backstage segment because I've decided to start making sure to have these backstage segments because just going, oh, I remember a backstage segment is clearly not how good podcasting goes.
Not that we know anything about good podcasting, let's be honest.
No. I mean, most podcasts do them sober for a start. So we had the backstage segment of FTR signing their official AEW contracts, but with caveats. They want to make sure that there's tag ropes. They want to make sure that the 10 count in the ring is enforced. Yada, 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 tag team stuff. And then that's when Arn Anderson shows up to oversee, which is interesting indeed.
See, the thing is though, right, I actually meant to rewatch this segment. It's like I say, I was watching it whilst I was working. See the way I picked that up?
Uh-huh.
I picked that up that was that they were going to stick to those rules.
No, I think it was supposed to be along the lines of Raven's rules and WCW, where any match that he had to be contended under his rules. So any FTR match, they have to enforce the 10 count, tag ropes. That's the way I've sort of took it as.
Well, I can't help but think it's more the way that, like, okay, they have these rules and all that hoopla, but at the same time, they're not exactly as enforced as they should be. So I think, like, now that FTR, like, oh, well, if we sign here, we want to make sure these rules are very strict, very, very strict. And it's, because, you know, we're the old school wrestlers and this is our thing. And because, I mean, Jesus, look at the kind of hoopla during the 10-man tag match. Like, all 5 of one team were in the ring for fucking nearly a minute. Like, while they done their hug and that whole Sammy Guevara jumping in the middle of the whole circle thing and, like, just being surrounded by his opponents. Like, that thing lasted a long time. And maybe that's the kind of thing that they're saying is like, oh, yeah, you say that it's a 10-second kind of in-ring, you know, double team thing, but you're not exactly enforcing it very much. So I want, like, to make sure that if we are going to sign with your company, that you enforce this, you know, to a T, because we are tag team wrestling and yada yada, you know, the rest.
I think this is actually just meant to set the Bucks up for a loss here. Like, they fuck about a lot with double team tag moves. To me, this is a way for FTR to beat the Bucks without beating the Bucks.
You may have hit the nail on the head there, actually.
Yeah, very possibly. That does make a lot of sense.
So,
I mean, what better way to beat the Bucks than to just literally out wrestle them? I mean, we know that the Bucks are great wrestlers, but yes, absolutely, do they take very much advantage of the fact that they have all that time in the ring. And I wouldn't be surprised if, like, they go for, like, a good, you know, 20-minute match and then it gets, like, like a DQ finish of something stupid, like, oh, one of the Jacksons didn't get the ring in time.
That's how I can see that one.
Yeah. Like, something stupid like that, and then the Bucks are like, wait, are you fucking serious? And then they're like, well, you were in the ring for 11 seconds. Like that's a DQ. And then FTR just go about going, oh yeah, we beat the Young Bucks. And then they're like, but you didn't know, you beat us by DQ, but over something fucking stupid. And like, hey, rules are rules.
What do you think that Arn whispered to FTR?
Well,
in the contracts.
Yeah, that is interesting, because obviously there's been this talk about the new 4 horsemen and all that hoopla.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's already 3.
3 horsemen's.
Yeah, I'm excluding Cody from this now because I think Arn's going to get sick and fed up with him. Go with FTR. Who's their best pal now?
Kenny.
Hangman.
Yeah, Hangman. Yeah, because I mean, just after they sign their contracts, Hangman runs into the room, starts giving beers out to everybody, and then they'll have a toast. And evidently, the fact that Kenny Omega fucking hates FTR at this point, and then Hangman is hanging about with them at every little like opportunity he gets. Like, yeah, it's kind of interesting. So everybody kind of thought it was going to be like maybe Cody, FTR, and somebody else at this point, but I think you might be right. I think Arn Anderson might be sick of Cody's bullshit and ditch him, go with FTR, go with Kenny, maybe bring in somebody else who I'm not entirely sure of at this point. But
well, they keep going on about Mid-Atlantic. So you're thinking somebody that's maybe from roughly that bit of America. Someone who has a great appreciation for Mid-Atlantic wrestling.
So you're thinking it may be a debut, that may be the fourth man?
A debut, or just someone that we don't really know that much about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm rattling my brain here, trying to think.
Yeah, who would be a good fourth man?
Well, they seem to be getting on about like tradition, the rules. So I'm trying to like think of just someone that's modern but uses that old sort of style.
Timothy Thatcher would have been great, but obviously signed to NXT, so that won't happen. But
yeah, I don't know if maybe Tully will get involved because he's been perving on everyone now from the audience.
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe he's getting sitting fed up of Sean Spears not being able to fucking win.
Aye, or find a tag team partner. What if it's Sean Spears?
Sean Spears, Adam Page, and FTR. All depend. I think that would depend on how they go about it and try and elevate Spears.
Mm-hmm.
Because now he's not even getting on Dynamite. He's a dark wrestler now.
Yeah.
But what better way to like fucking shoot someone up? It's like in New Japan they made a completely new star out of fucking Evil.
Mm-hmm.
Just changing them factions. So like Sean Spears could work, yeah. Depend on how they pull off the turn or the actions of them turning.
Yeah, I mean I think it's definitely doable.
Yeah, you could do that, or somebody else. I know he doesn't need a stable, but MGF maybe. Because that less is more type of mentality. He's also got the sort of Ric Flair factor with like the money and the suits and.
I mean, you're not wrong with that, but I don't know. I can't really see MGF in a stable right now.
No, we're just spitballing.
I know. So what I would maybe say, and like, okay, I'm coming a bit out of left field with this one, is what happens if the fourth member ends up being formerly known as Zack Ryder?
Well, like, that's a twist.
He used Cody to get into the company, and he's buff as fuck now. And then as soon as he uses Cody to get in the company, they tag team for a couple of weeks. Maybe they're against FTR at some point. Bang, turn in the match. Right, Cardona uses the Cardona Rider. That doesn't really work anymore. The rough Cardona, that's the one. To take out Cody, bang, FTR get the victory off of Cardona turning on Cody.
That could work.
Plus, just with him being the absolute fucking beefcake he is now.
Beefcake.
I find it hard to see why Arn Anderson would not want him to be part of this new faction.
Yeah.
And then it kind of gives this whole thing of like, well, Kenny Omega was like, I fucking never trusted you anyway, Hangman Page, and so Hangman Page can go off and, you know, do his own thing. And also, Zack Ryder, if you ever remember his YouTube show, he always talked about drinking Bud Light Lime every episode because he loves a good Bud Light Lime. So he's an avid drinker. What is FTR and Hangman Page?
Yeah,
see if we're going that way. Chris could be the fucking fourth member of the faction.
Yeah, but he can't wrestle.
But he can fucking drink.
Fuck yeah, I can drink, man.
Chin chin.
Yeah, and he's got the body to prove it.
Yep. This body is put together over many sessions in the pub. Thousands of pints. Probably tens of thousands of pints, actually, by now. Yeah.
God damn it, I just choked. Yeah, no one will ever take away from you the night of 20 pints.
The night of 20 pints. Yes, indeed. That was epic.
See, you got chucked out that night. Maybe that was one of the nights where I was like, I got confused about your ICW chucking outs.
I don't think I did get chucked out that night. Did I not leave in my own accord after I woke up?
No, you did. No, you didn't. You literally fell asleep standing up, and one of the security guards was like, "Dude, right, you're gonna need to go," and you're like, "Well, I'm fine." And he was like, "You fell asleep standing up," and you were like, "Did I?" And he was like, "I." was like, "All right, fair enough."
I actually think the bouncer might have said, "Don't get me wrong, mate, it's impressive, but you need to leave."
Something along those lines. I was very impressed by your endeavor, but at the same time, like, I mean, the place wasn't even fucking busy at that point either. It wasn't even 10 o'clock yet.
No.
And then we got roped into a party that we didn't really want to get roped into, but stuff happened.
Yeah. In fact, actually, it could have been 10 o'clock because I fell asleep on the bus going home. I woke up East Kilbride again, and I was like, ah. So I ordered a taxi. The taxi came and picked me up. The taxi cost me 15 quid to get back home. I get back home, my mum's fucking sitting there watching Coronation Street. It was only fucking like 8:30 at night, and I thought it was fucking about 2 in the morning. Hence why I phoned the taxi instead of just waiting for the bus to fucking come back.
You fall asleep on it again and then end up back to the centre?
It wasn't that early, because I remember, like, you left, and not long afterwards, I needed to go out to Tesco's to get a case of cider for the night because NXT was on that night, and we were all planning to go back to my place to watch it. And then so I asked a couple of people behind the bar, would you be all right if I went out, bought my case for afterwards, and then came back? So, and they were like, yeah, no, that's fine. And then, like, I went out, bought my case, came back, and the security guard's like, no, you can't come in with that. And like, but everybody else says it's fine. It's like, yeah, but I'm the person that gets to decide this, and I'm saying no. And I'm like, all right then, well, I guess you're just lost your fucking company money for the night, because I was going to come and stay here for another couple hours, then go home, but I guess I'll just go home now.
Dick.
Most places will let you put your bag behind the bar, or
I even fucking asked that. It's like, there was a fucking cloakroom. It's like, can I not just put it in the cloakroom? And it's like, no. I was like, what do you mean no? Why? And it's like, because I said so. And it's like, all right, well, I was going to come in here for another couple hours until I needed to go home, but now I'm going home just now because you forced me to.
That's a bouncer, but that's a job's worth. That's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
So what was next on Dynamite?
Next up on Dynamite was the World Tag Team Championship match where, what's his face? Evil Uno, and I'm going to get this out now so that I don't come in on it during the match, but Stu, don't call me Dick Grayson.
I like that. It's funny. It's a Batman reference.
Yes,
I
it was
hate
a
it.
Batman reference.
I hate it.
Ah.
It was funny maybe once, but he keeps saying it every fucking match. And it's like, why would I call him Dick Grayson? His name's not Dick Grayson. It's Stu Grayson. Like Dick Grayson.
Also, someone calls you Dick. It's not usually meant to be the nice way.
But Dick Grayson's a completely different person.
Yeah, but I give up. This was the best Dark Order match I've seen.
Yep.
This was fucking awesome.
But see, the thing is, Dark Order aren't that bad. Like, they had a very, like, kind of underwhelming debut. But I feel like since then, they've not been a bad tag team. Especially, like, obviously, the two main members being Stu, Don't Call Me Dick Grayson, and Angry Uno.
But I think the big problem was nobody knew what to call them when they did debut, so it did kind of feel a wee bit flat.
Yeah,
but since they've done they had their matches since their debut, I've not got a bad word to say about them as a team.
I feel like that's also the main consensus with Butcher and Blade. Like, they also debuted to,
But at least Excalibur went, oh, it's the Butcher and the Blades.
And do you know what the worst thing is? I knew who Butcher and the Blade were more than I knew who fucking these two were. I mean, I recognize Evil Uno because I remember Player Uno and Player Dos from fucking Chikara days, but even then I wasn't even sure if Stu Grayson was Player Dos.
Yeah, I think they've been teaming for years.
Yeah.
The Super Smash Bros.
Yes, that's the ones. But like that's kind of just going off seeing like a couple of clips, like, you know, the ones where like a couple of wrestlers go up and press the pause button on them as they're about to attack them, and they're just like,
hey! That's fucking great. I like that.
And
what the fuck's it, Kenny? Slow after Mark. Hangman's getting in a scrap and he's just standing there going, what the fuck? If that was my partner, I'd jump in straight away. Honors.
He was just pissed off he wasn't getting to do his pose.
I know, yeah. Pyro, though. Pyro's expensive, and I need to make sure that I have all my pyro.
Kenny, get your fucking finger out, pal.
But pyro, though. But pyro. Pyro is everything.
Pyno.
I don't get it.
They are, it's an N.
Ah, thanks. Thanks for explaining that to us.
I feel like is it Edna the Incredibles? No pyro, no pyro,
no caps. Yeah, exactly. I just say Adam Page ran out, started attacking the Dark Order on his own accord before Kenny Omega even made his entrance, really. And then Kenny Omega's like, what the fuck are you doing? Then he joined the match, and Dark Order, for the most part, like, they took over, and even they got to the point where they were absolutely about to win this fucking thing.
Yeah, that fatality, I think's their tag finish.
Is it actually, or are you just saying that?
No, the moves, I'm sure it's called the fatality. Where it's sort of the gory bomb with the sunset, the front flip car.
I just love how many Mortal Kombat references that you've made in this match.
No, but that's the moves
in this match. Sorry, in this podcast, and yeah, there's one called the Fatality. That's why I was a little confused for a second.
No, it's actually called the Fatality, and Warhorse does look like fucking Nightwolf if you look at your phone.
I did look at my phone there, and I can see it. So, oh man, they came close in a whole bunch of points. Like, one of the best things that they do though is that synchronized cannonball 450 splash, like kind of combo.
Yeah, where they cross over. They cross teams.
That thing is fucking awesome, man. And it's like, it's one of those things where like, it's something kind of so simple, but Jesus Christ, if you do off that timing by like a second, then you're gonna fucking kill each other.
Bad news bears.
Exactly. And like, it's stuff like that where the two of them like together, like, you know what, like Dark Order are a really good team. And see, for the most part, I actually genuinely thought maybe tonight, maybe the night, like Dark Order like fucking lose this. Even to points where there was a spot in the match where Kenny Omega done one of those tiger suplexes to Evil Uno, and then as soon as he landed, Stu Grayson came off the top rope with a frog splash.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the finish.
And it was just like, that was just one of those nice, perfect timing things. And it's like, I feel like it's kind of one of these things where some people don't realize how long in general that these two have been a tag team. Nevertheless, the fact that like that they've went through obviously very different variants of being a tag team with being like Super Smash Brothers and blah blah blah, but they've been there for so long. But the finish came when the V-Trigger buckshot lariat combo hit on Evil Uno, and then but Stu Grayson was like right there trying to climb in the ring, and it's like, why wouldn't you just pull the referee out the ring?
I thought that, to me, this kind of came across as kind of a botched finish.
I know, but I don't think it was.
To me, it came across as he's meant to break up the pin because he was that close.
Yeah, he was very close.
It felt as though he'd maybe got up off the floor, maybe a second too late, and went to save, but the referee counted 3.
I mean,
possibly
from the way that the rest of the kind of aftermath went, I don't think that's the case. But I do kind of agree in the way that like there was a lot of weirdness about it. Like if Stu Grayson was not meant to break up the count, then just don't be there on screen. I think the worst kind of thing was him trying to claw his way into the ring at the last second, like, because the whole thing was like, right, okay, use our heels, so instead of trying to break up the count, why don't you just pull the referee out the ring? You don't care about the fucking referee, pull him at the ring. But you know, Stu, don't call me Dick Grayson, tried to crawl into the ring, and that cost him the match. I just found that really weird. So I wouldn't say it was a botched finish, because obviously afterwards, Brody Lee, who had Colt Cabana on commentary with Anna Jay, accompanying by his side, he shunned the two of them off. I was like, nah.
That's like me when I'm writing emails in work and try to sound all professional, and I'm like, on time.
During tailings off though, like Uno covered, but Grayson get right up in fucking Brody's face.
Yeah,
I like that.
So it's kind of that way that like Brody Lee shuns these two off. It's like, oh yeah, you don't need to see this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as you say, Stu Grayson was all up in his fucking grill. Mm-hmm. And then, like, as Brody was beating the shit out of the two of them on the ramp, like, Hangman Page in the ring was just fucking laughing at them. So Brody's like, oh yeah, you find this fucking funny?
It's a bit like what they're doing with the Dark Order on BTE. Like, Brody has his favourites. He likes 10, 5, and Stu Grayson. Evil Uno, John Silvers, and Alex Reynolds, they all get the shite end of the stick with Brody every week.
Which is quite surprising considering, Evil Uno is definitely the right-hand man of Brody Lee. He always has been. Evil Uno has literally been the... he's kind of been the... What's the word I'm looking for here? He was always the front man, for lack of a better word.
See, to make a pirate reference.
Yar!
Yar! Is it maybe kind of like the first mate sort of thing, where you can never trust your first mate so far because they're the ones that have got the power to overthrow you?
Evil Uno's the one to start the immunity.
Yeah. Mutiny. Yeah, they're the ones that have got the influence to overthrow you.
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe Evil Uno might have that chance at some point. So Brody Lee kind of gives it a bit of all that. Says to Hangman, "Oh, do you think this is fucking funny?" And then he's like, "Yeah, but there's more of us than there are of you." And then a bunch of goons and Dark Order hoods come out and surround the ring. What's?
The Creepers is what they were called before Brody showed up, and they had the sort of the redesign of the Dark Order. They were Evil Uno's creepers that would form his throne.
Yeah, because that was that kind of like implication that Evil Uno was the
mastermind.
Yeah, exactly. And then no, he was a mastermind under the mastermind. Under the Exalted One. But yeah, like they were kind of like, they were the goons, essentially. I'm assuming this is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 that probably stood around the ring. Because we have our ranks, essentially, at this point.
Yeah.
And they struck, but also the Bucks came in, Omega came in, and yada yada. Like there's a big difference. There's a big divide, and we'll see what comes of this. But
because it almost looked as if it was the Bucks and Kenny against FTR and Hangman.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah, and then as you say, the FTR came in. They smashed another of those polystyrene. Yeah, I can't stand polystyrene. Polystyrene like things.
Cool box.
Yeah, cool boxes over the head of Brody Lee to the point where he fell off the fucking ramp.
It's fucking hilarious.
Like his balance got so offshook that he fell down the stairs, and then like his kind of velocity went so far that he like felt like completely off the ramp and had to climb back up to go back on the stage to kind of do the whole you hit me but I'm happy about it kind of thing. But he completely disappeared at one point.
Brody.
Yeah. Oh man, he takes some hella bumps, man, honestly. So we move on from that. Britt Baker does a little promo where she says that, you know what, Big Swole, if you want a shot at the D for dentist.
Weather update. The lightning has arrived in Rutherglen.
Weather update, the lightning has gone from Scotstoun.
Well, we know what direction it's moving.
Yep. And then I'm pretty sure she'll probably be at Roberts by the end of the episode. Nope. By the end of the episode, we said.
But who knows when the fuck that's going to be with the amount of fucking tangents we're on today.
Exactly.
It's bad today. Fortunately, both of you said that you didn't really dig NXT, so we're probably going to fly through that.
Yeah, probably. I mean, absolutely, AEW Dynamite was the much better show this week. But moving on, we had something. Oh yeah, yeah. We had Britt Baker that was talking about, okay, Big Swole, you want a shot at me? You're going to have to go through one of my personally selected individuals first, and then if you beat her, then you get me. I'm assuming it All Out because she mentioned All Out again. So,
which is when she aimed to be back. So,
yeah. So we had the Diamante build-up package before the match that she had with Hikaru Shida. So, why don't you talk about that? Because I must admit, I actually dozed off slightly because it has been a rough day at work, and I dozed off slightly during this.
I played on my phone during this match. I was not interested at all.
I actually did some work during this match.
Shida won. End of story. Next.
Yes.
So Shida won with the her diving knee, and then we got the rules for the tag team women's. I believe they want to call it the Women's Tag Team Cup Tournament. So the rules are, it's deadly draw rules. The tournament is a random draw. All competitors must draw a color. Matching colors will become a team. Selections are final and cannot be appealed. That's the word. And then
put makeup on a pig, it's still a pig. Let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. It's Joker's Wild. It's the Lethal Lottery. It's nothing revolutionary. It's just got a new name.
Okay, Robert. So after that, we go backstage and we have an interview with Nyla Rose. Why don't you take this segment?
Oh, I nearly turned off the whole fucking show because of this. Right, Nyla Rose pops up my screen with Vicky Guerrero, two of my favourites. Love them, love them, love them. Nyla picks her colour, because you have to pick colours, and whoever picks the same colour as she's your partner. So she picks her colour, and it's purple. She likes purple. She's down with purple. Then she was informed that, somebody's already picked purple too. So I was like, right, okay, who is it? Who is it? Is it going to be Penelope Ford, because they done really well together a couple of weeks ago? No, it is the arsehole of the WWE Women's Division from fucking 4 years ago, fucking Cameron, aka Ariane. What the actual fuck? Why? Is it so she can show us fucking how good fucking Melina and Alicia Fox do it? Oh, I almost turned it off because of it. I despise that woman.
Did you see Drew's Ask Me Anything he was doing on Twitter?
No.
Someone asked him his favourite match, and that was his response. I was like, yes.
I mean, to be honest, Alicia Fox and Melina are about 18 times the wrestler that fucking Cameron ever was.
I don't get it. The fucking quality women's wrestlers out there that are unsigned, and you pick her.
Why is Emma not signed? God fucking damn it!
Honestly, of all the women in the world, you chose her.
Yep.
Someone she's not wrestled a match in 4 years.
She's clearly there to take the fall because, we've established that she is officially going to be teaming with Nyla Rose during this tournament, which means they're probably going to lose in the first round, and Ariane.
Nyla's going to beat the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Oh, that I will fucking watch on repeat. Nyla just kicking utter fuck out her and giving her wee fucking quick jabs, her wee fucking lines. Oh.
And now
you've made me see the bright side of this now.
Exactly. You're welcome. Because her sing now is Girl High, which makes no sense. Instead of Girl Bye, which is our WWE thing, in case you didn't know.
I hate her.
Can it, ref?
I get a feeling that you're not our biggest fan, Robert.
Hate her. Watch an episode of Total Divas for season 1 and you will fucking despise her.
Yeah, I was
She's
never a fan either, to be fair.
idiot. Fucking idiot.
Well, you know, at least we still have Naomi.
Meh.
Nah. Well,
Right, now you just put me in a bad mood.
yeah, no. I think we're all kind of in a... Don't know how to take this myth exactly.
I mean, each of us could name 10 women to replace her
20.
easily.
Sorry.
No, but each of us could say 10 different names. I mean...
Well, why don't we do it?
I'm not going to do it, but I'll tell you who I think it should have been.
Go on.
Eva Lise.
She's maybe already in it.
Yeah, she probably is.
Yeah, she probably is, aye.
But someone that's not appeared... Pick a woman that's not appeared on Dynamite or Dark before. It's easily done.
Well, it can't be Kelly Ray anymore, so... Cheerleader Melissa.
Yeah.
Although she should win the whole thing because she is the best.
Kimberly.
She's in Impact.
Was she?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's still... If her contract turns up, but Thunder Rosa.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she is the NWE champion, but I'm sure, like, they would allow her at this point to go work other fucking places if she can fucking work, because it's kind of ridiculous not allowing her to work during this point.
Zicky Dice, he's the current
Not a woman.
He's the current NWA TV champion.
He sure is.
And he's leaving. He's left NWA.
Uh-oh. Well, one would hope that they could at least arrange like a kind of, are you willing to come back this one episode to kind of just drop the belt kind of thing? Just be a team player? And I'm sure he probably would. One would hope.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like,
pans out.
come on, it's kind of one of those things. Like seriously, what would that do to you?
Especially since you're not doing anything now because your producer's no longer working for the company.
I know.
That's why there's been no update videos on their YouTube page. There's been no Carneylands. There's been nothing.
Yeah, but Carneyland's been shite, other than the appearance of one of our pals.
Who's that?
And both of you look confused.
Well, you know, I don't watch it, so.
Well, friend of the show Fiona was on the first episode.
Oh, so she was. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, fuck, Fiona.
Yeah. So she was. I forgot about that.
So, yeah. Friend of the show, Fiona, was on the first episode of Carneyland when she got chatted up by Ziggy Dice, and she was like, I thought this was meant to be for a t-shirt.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, fucking, I've totally forgot about that. Well done, Fiona.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Huzzah, Fiona.
My Fiona.
Right, so what's next on Impact's main event time?
Dynamite.
Close.
Oh, no. The best segment of the show. Still
No, yes, exactly. This was the main event of Dynamite, if you ask me. Because MJF came out, and this was one of the few times where I got to see the uncut version of AEW Dynamite. So MJF comes out, he kind of he comes out and he kisses the sort of stand that he has, comes out, shakes hands with everybody at ringside. Obviously, most of this was off television.
Yeah.
Shaking hands and kissing babies.
Yep, sadly there was no babies there, so...
Yeah.
Yes, there was. He kissed a baby.
Did he?
Yes.
Yeah. When I say baby, I mean baby. Someone had like a wee dolly.
Okay.
And he went and kissed the baby, and then straight away gubbed mouthwash.
And then also, after he shook hands with certain people, he was like to
Sanitize
for hand sanitizer and stuff like that.
Oh, there's the baby.
And then the guy with the badge, he's like, this guy, and then it was like to Wardlow straight away. He's like, watch him.
There it is. Mouthwash. Nicely done. Oh, man.
He sort of zinged himself here, I thought. So when he was going on about Moxley cosplaying as another wrestler, and that's a stone cold fact.
Yeah.
5 years ago, a certain other person with two initials and a number in his name done the exact same thing, and it kind of felt as though he was cosplaying him.
I know what you're talking about.
EC3 done the whole campaign for champ thing back
What?
in TNA.
Did he?
Yeah, in like 2015.
EC3, that jobber from NXT?
So it's kind of, don't throw stones in a glass house, pal. But the rest of your promo was great.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, you take all of that away, then I just feel that fucking MJF is doing EC3, yes, you're probably right. But the fact that now that EC3 is literally doing anything else that's the complete opposite of his character,
Yeah.
is what's making this good. Like, see if EC3 came back and he was Ethan Carter III, I kind of feel like this would be...
The thing is, folk would probably call him an MJF ripoff because he's in the current zeitgeist.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, because MJF has been doing stuff, whereas EC3 has been probably wrestling in fucking main event in front of fucking nobody.
I don't even think he's been wrestling on main event. I think he's just been persona non grata.
Which is really bad.
Did
MDLs get sort of Trumpy vibes as well for MJF?
Yeah, even the suit.
A little bit, yeah.
Even the suit. See, during Trump's campaign rallies, he wore a very similar suit. It was obviously done on purpose.
Yeah, evidently.
With the blue suit and the red tie, like it was very very Trump. Yeah, very Trump. I loved it, man. I thought this was one of the best television segments in a while.
What do you 100%. Think about Moxley versus MJF?
MJF for the win.
We had this conversation on the episode we recorded during the week there, Griz. Didn't we?
Yeah, pretty much.
That I didn't like the fact that the MJF's last match was against just a total jobber, and I was saying that he should be looking at putting him into the main event scene now, and having wrestled a jobber doesn't really work.
Yeah,
but I think he redeemed himself with the promo. I think him and Moxley will be good, and I think MJF might actually win it.
I kind of hope he does, because Moxley's getting kind of staley for me.
It's bizarre that you say he's kind of stale, considering the fact that like he's probably been on AEW less as champion than he has as champion. Did I say that right?
Yes. Yes, I get what you mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, this is obviously because of the whole situation and yada yada. I'm not gonna like pure fucking be an arsehole about that. Like, he's not been on television. No, just like, yeah, he had to fucking self quarantine for fucking 2 weeks.
Sabotage by WWE.
Exactly. They gave Renee Young AIDS so that like Moxley had to stay home.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I think Moxley's better chasing than he is a champion.
You could say that of just about every face though. Like, when was the last time a babyface had a really good title run?
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah. But before that, it's you think of like Daniel Bryan, for example. Everybody was fucking crawling the walls for Daniel Bryan to be champion, and then it was just, well.
But you never got the opportunity to.
Yeah.
Have a title run. It's completely different.
That would be the argument. Is he got one match against Kane and then had to relinquish the title because he had brain aids, back aids, some kind of aids.
But even still, a match against Kane in fucking 2016 wasn't exactly inspiring for a first title defense.
Yeah, but like that's what they do though. Is like they give you somebody easy to beat in your first title defense.
Yeah.
Unless you're Randy Orton 2004 and you need to fucking wrestle Triple H.
Because I mean, no, but when it comes to winning the belt at WrestleMania, I think like Austin had Dude Love after WrestleMania 14.
Yeah, but that was corporate Dude Love.
No, it didn't really go fully corporate until the month later, where he had new teeth and stuff.
Ah.
Yeah, fair point.
Like, it's wishy-washy.
I guess you can see all of John Cena's title reigns because he was the biggest good guy ever and everybody loved him.
No, I think Reigns, his first reign was probably his best. When he was fighting JBL, Christian, Jericho, Kurt Angle.
Jericho. I don't know if you said that. Did you?
Yeah, that's the Jericho.
Oh, you did say it. I beg your pardon.
Jericho after Christian. Because they had that triple threat match with Christian and Jericho.
Yeah. And then they had the Jericho match at SummerSlam, and then the match the night after where Jericho put his career on the line.
Well, I don't think Jericho put his career on the line. Bischoff put Jericho's career on the line.
Yeah, but he was off to do the Fozzy tour anyway, which I was there at, so Fozzy. Gotta love some Fozzy.
MJF 2020.
Yep.
I'm on board with it. Let's do it.
Absolutely endorse it.
I'd vote for him.
He can give Wardlow his ring.
So, one of the little things that we didn't mention about Jericho was promo earlier on was that in 2 weeks he is going to have a match against Orange Cassidy, the rematch that we've all been waiting for. But next week, however, we are going to have Orange Cassidy versus Chris Jericho in a great debate. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. They're very much jumping on this election thing, aren't they?
Everyone is. It's all over television now. They even done it on RuPaul's Drag Race like a month ago. And they had Jeff Goldblum in to mediate.
Mm-hmm.
But this match, with the rematch with Cassidy and Jericho, is happening on Tag Team Appreciation Night, the 12th of August, which is hosted by FTR.
Yeah.
How can you have a singles match on Tag Team Appreciation Night?
Yeah, that's that. I was thinking that as well. I was like, obviously the match isn't going to happen that night for whatever reason.
It's got to get pushed back to All Out.
There's going to be shenanigans.
There needs to be. And this special guest mediator, is it? I'd be happy if it was just Tony. Again, Tony Schiavone. Or maybe this is where they pull the trigger on bringing Conrad Thompson in. He could be the mediator.
Yeah, possibly. I think FTR are going to say the match isn't happening.
Oh, that would be
like this is Tag Team Appreciation Night. We're running the show tonight. That match isn't happening.
Yeah. Because it really just defeats the purpose. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
A singles match on Tag Team Appreciation Night? Nah, no having it.
Aye. Oh, I definitely agree with you. So main event time next.
Yeah, pretty much. So the main event was the Tornado Tag with Brian Cage and Ricky Starks.
Absolute Ricky Starks.
Absolute Ricky Starks. So the match started with Darby Allin's theme music hitting. Obviously, I didn't mention them for a specific reason. Darby Allin's music hit, but he did not come out. And then
I really like that because there's been rumours all week that he got injured again.
Oh, that's something I didn't know. I assumed when Darby Allin's music hit and he didn't come out that maybe Cage and Starks had done something to him. And
that would be a way out as well. They could have just had him lying on the floor.
Well, that was again kind of what I thought. So
no, but I assumed that he wasn't going to be there because of the rumours of him being injured again.
Yeah. Well, so Amber Moxley's music hit, and he came out. He was ready to go, and then Cage and Starks appeared in the Titantron. They cut a little promo, and they were like, "Oh, yada yada yada, we're good." And as Starks was kind of cutting his promo, like Brian Cage's music hit, and he was just like, it's going to end tonight. He got flustered for a little second, which was kind of bad, like on the production side, if you ask me. But he maintained well. And Starks, what do you guys think about Ricky Starks?
I think he's great. I think he's a great wrestler.
I like him too. I've not really seen a great deal of him though, so every time. But on the face of it, yeah, I quite like him.
He's got a great look. He's handsome. He's got a great body. Wrestles like a fucking champ.
He sure does.
And he's no a wee wimp when we get to the end of the match.
Oh my god, he's not a fucking wimp. Absolutely. So, as I said, they cut the promo, they come out, and then for some reason they're like, maybe we should turn around. And then fucking Darby Allin just does the fucking coffin drop off the top of the ramp. Well, not off the top of the ramp, sorry. Off the top of the entrance tube on top of both of them. This looked fucking amazing. It was like, what the fuck? That completely was not what I was expecting whatsoever.
No, with the rumours that he was injured again, I thought, right, this is just going to be a handicap match and an easy win for Cage over Mox.
Yeah.
So, back in the title picture.
Yeah.
But nope, Darby fucked it up.
It was a pretty cool spot though.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't even a long match either, to be honest with you. It probably only lasted around 10-ish minutes. And, I mean...
It done the job.
Yeah, exactly. It done the job very well. And as you say, Robbo, the end of the match was arguably, like, the best part of the match, to be honest. Like,
I thought it was uncalled for.
Well...
Why do you need to do that when you've not got a fucking live audience? You do shit like that for the pop.
So now you've got Robert's reaction. The ending of the match was Darby Allin went up to the top rope with a skater board. What do you call this thing? Skateboard.
With no wheels.
A skateboard with no wheels, yeah. So it was kind of just the board, I guess. Mm-hmm. Unless that has another name. A deck. It's a skate deck. Which is covered in thumbtacks. So Darby Allin comes off the top rope, lands on the back of Ricky Starks, but continues to go.
Basically fucking rips his back open.
Jesus fucking Christ. Ricky Starks' fucking back, man. Oh my god.
It was even worse because I seen a video on Twitter of him getting seen by doctors.
Uh-huh.
And he was with Britt Baker and he just sort of looked at the camera and went, at least it wasn't in my face. And then it panned around to show you his back and it looks as though fucking Freddy Krueger's had a fucking ball on it.
Yeah. It did look like that, actually. That is a very, very good point.
Right, his fucking back and the tacks that didn't come off the skateboard just sort of just grinded and sliced opened.
Yeah, because exactly that was the thing, was it was meant to be like kind of a stomp where it was like the impact was going to happen and that was it. But
I imagine the pins were supposed to come out of the board and stick in his skin.
yeah, but like I don't know if Darby Allin kind of held on to it for a second longer than he should, or it's just it's a momentum thing. Like, but yeah.
Maybe it was just too much sweat on his back or something like that. I'm not putting it down to this was Darby's fault.
No, I'm not putting it down to it being anybody's fault.
I think if you're going to do a move like that, you should be expecting that to happen. I mean,
yeah.
like, we'll talk about NXT later, but if you look at like Finn Balor when he does the coup de grace, even when he hits, his feet still slide forward a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the way you should be hitting that move, because if you're moving your feet forward, then less of your weight's landed on the person. If you just fucking stomp on them, you're going to fucking kill them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the way you would expect that move to go, which makes it even more crazier.
But I felt so bad for Starks.
He took it like a fucking champ, though. And you know what? Absolutely, 1,000,000,000%. I would say the Ricky Starks, the fucking VIP of the entire night. And I beg you to disagree.
No, I predict he's going to, by the end of the year, he's going to be a TV champ, a TNT champ. For
the second time in his career, just in a different company?
Just in a different company, yeah. I fucked it up. TNT, not TV. But essentially, that's what the TNT Championship is.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's my hot take for the rest of 2020. Ricky Starks, TNT champ.
I think I'll piggyback on that.
Yeah, I'm not against it.
Yep. I mean, he went from wrestling Cody to getting signed and working matches on Dark to the point where this whole storyline of him and Brian Cage actually started on Dark. So, Dark is actually canon.
I'd like to refer to Cage and Starks as Beauty and the Beast.
I mean, Ricky Starks isn't that ugly.
Or Terminator and Sarah Connor.
Or Full Metal Alchemist.
That one's gone over my head.
Yeah, over mine too.
I think some people will get it.
Right, shall we move on to NXT?
We shall indeed. I will leave that one. I will leave that one with you. But like, in fact, you know what? I'll send a photo of Full Metal Alchemist. But
let's try and hot take NXT, so we don't spend 2 hours talking about a show we didn't like.
But just a wee note that I noticed when I was on the WWE app. Devlin's still down as Cruiserweight Champion, and there is no mention of Druggy McDruglord being Cruiserweight Champion.
Interesting. Very interesting. Hey, if he pushes drugs in his own time, that's his own thing.
I refuse to call him by I'm going to call it his slave name.
That's racist.
What, in calling the Mexican fucking Santos Escobar isn't?
Is that what you're talking about?
You tell me that's not stereotyping?
That might just be his name.
No, his name is Son of the Ghost. Now there's Thunder.
We said
that's really creepy that that's been a thing. I think I sent you that, by the way. The Full Metal Alchemist thing.
Let me check my...
So, anyway, as you look at that, NXT started... Do you know it now?
Well, now that I've seen a picture, understand the context.
I just thought it might be one of those... Like, that's actually one of the more popular animes that's going about. So anyway, NXT started this week with Io Shirai. As soon as Io...
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
It started off with Oh my god! You know, I've jizzed my pants over this bit. By the way,
All right,
the
go for
opening
it.
video, they brought back the old Armageddon music.
Yes, I popped for that
Fucking
as well.
awesome.
Yeah.
Fair
Awesome.
enough.
The
You know
end
what?
is
Yeah.
here. Fucking brilliant, man.
They
Yeah.
should have, saying all, they should have fucking kept that for the build-up package before the match at Takeover 30.
Absolutely.
But, oh, I was so happy to hear it again.
I heard, see, as soon as it first started, I was like,
Down,
That's
down,
like-
down, down, down.
I was like, no.
Armageddon.
Those opening chords, I was fucking fully erect. I was loving it.
The end is here. Change is over. No more pretending. No more. No more.
You could have actually had that being fucking Carrying Cross's theme music.
Probably, actually. Yeah.
That could work.
Yeah, like that as they kind of build up, and then that da-na, da-na, da, da-na, da-da, as, yeah. Fucking hell. It is good to reuse such good production theme music again.
It's not even just good. It's iconic. It's nostalgic. It takes you back to when you were a wee boy.
Yeah.
So would you say it's iconic?
Yes.
Yes. I would give it the stamp.
The tramp of approval.
Sorry, I was busy posing there. Yes.
Well, if you like the iconics, you should watch Peyton Royce's YouTube channel. It's super fun.
Any excuse to watch more Peyton Royce, I'm on board with.
Found it.
So yeah, the opening match of NXT. What was your thoughts?
It sure was a tag team match, but it did start in the most clusterfuck of ways because Io Shirai came out, and then Dakota Kai attacked her again. This caused Tegan Knox and Candice LeRae to come out. Oh, excuse me. And yep, it certainly was a tag team match.
It was a good match, but I've just not really got anything else to say about it. It was good.
Yeah. Me neither.
There was nothing. It didn't really leave an impression on me.
The only thing you can say about it is Dakota Kai walked out in her tag partner. That was it.
Yeah, that's basically, it was sort of like to me, it wasn't even really a match. It was more of a segment to further the story along.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then even
Dakota Kai's just going to be completely fucking selfish to get what she wants, which doesn't give a fuck about anyone else.
and she did say that because they had a promo later on in the night where
Who the fuck was Raquel Gonzalez?
yeah, that's a good question. Maybe she has COVID. But yeah, later on in the night, they also had an interview that said that Dakota Kai said, "Oh yeah, well, you know what? Like, don't really care about anything except the NXT title." So next week there will be a match for the number one contendership, which we will get to a little bit later. So obviously, after Dakota Kai left Candice LeRae. Later on in the match, Io Shirai hit the moonsault for the victory. And Io with a big winny win.
With probably our worst moonsault to date.
Really? Because she hit some bad ones.
She
during
almost Billy Kidman's Candice LeRae.
Well, when you see Billy Kidman, the first thing I think of is I get what you mean now.
Her moonsault landed basically with her knees in Candice's face.
Yeah, you're right. When you said Billy Kidman, the first thing I thought of was that one time he done a shooting star press and then didn't get any distance whatsoever, so he landed on the ropes.
Hung himself. No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the one with Chavo where he basically concussed him.
Yeah. As soon as I rewatched it there, I was like, oh yeah, no, I can completely see what you mean. Because that was terrifying.
Nasty looking.
Nasty. But so after that, they showed the Pat McAfee, Adam Cole, what the fuck? Yeah.
That was clearly a work.
Obviously it was.
The debate online was, oh my god, that was bang out. How dare he speak like that? And I'm like, right, they've got a history of not liking each other on these things. Like if you've watched any of the watch-alongs, like
I haven't.
Adam Cole hates Pat McAfee and storyline.
He's not the only one.
I love it. I think he's great.
Oh, he knows the fuck out of me, but he's
great.
He's clearly there for a reason, and probably that is the reason. Is he's a bit of a fucking knob.
He's smashing.
Debatable. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. There are, you know what? There are times where he can be all right.
Suck eggs.
But see what I don't get. See, like obviously it is a work, but
Yeah.
what was the point in Adam Cole's apology? Then that kind of ruins it.
I know.
To be honest, it kind of feels as though it's playing along the lines of the situation that we're in now with the cancel culture and everything else, and people saying things that they don't mean, but then gets blown out of proportion. It's felt as though it's kind of playing on that, like, oh, I've had the weekend to think about things, and I'm really sorry, and X, Y, and Z, and blah, blah, blah.
We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
That's what it kind of felt.
I read a theory somewhere that someone had as this is building to Adam Cole versus Triple H, which I'm fucking all for.
Ooh.
Only if Adam Cole wins.
Yeah.
He will win. Yeah, 100% will win.
Because if he doesn't win, there's no point. It's just Triple H putting himself fucking over again.
I know. Imagine putting himself over fucking developmental talent.
He won't put himself over his own guys.
We'll see.
Yeah, but then you can also work it in that whole, oh yeah, these new guys are on a completely different level than you were. Like that kind of thing, where it's just like, after the match, like, Triple H is like, oh, well, I was in a completely different generation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was next to NXT?
What was next was Johnny Gargano versus Roderick Strong.
Nice little pay-per-view worthy match on TV.
Oh, absolutely. Like these two went pretty good. And as Morrow said, for one of the few times where he actually, gave us some context, was these two have only had one other match in history, and it was on NXT.
I find that really hard to believe, even though it is true.
I know. I was like that as well. I was like, seriously?
Yeah, that is a bit mental. So where do you think they're going with this now? Do you think the Undisputed Era's kind of going down a potential, not face turn as such, but becoming more tweeny than out and out heels? Given the fact
I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. I think they're kind of doing a face turn. Like, I think they're kind of down on their luck right now, and then this loss with Roderick Strong is kind of their whole, you know what, we're losing a lot. We really need to get, we're the fucking undisputed era. You're fucking Adam Cole, the longest reigning NXT champion all the time. You're fucking Roderick Strong, god damn it. We are fucking Red Dragon. They didn't say that specifically, but we are Red Dragon. We're the greatest tag team that's in here. Like that kind of hype promo that Kyle O'Reilly hit backstage was just kind of that whole thing of like, I feel like this is like they have been heels for so long that this is the new. This is the face turn of the Undisputed Era, and I feel like this is kind of what they need at this point. They've been heels or tweeners for so long that no, we're absolute faces now.
Yeah, I feel it's going that way as well, especially given who they're targeting. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
they have belts, so it makes sense.
well, yeah, but then you've also got Roderick Strong's obviously going to want a rematch with Johnny Gargano, which will probably happen at TakeOver 30.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's heels that they're targeting. Do you know what I mean?
Undisputed Era against Imperium next week, but I think that's going to go sort of fucky and end up being another takeover match.
Yeah, and I think
I can see happening next week. I can see the return of Walter next week.
Ooh.
Because they've got
Cole versus Walter for takeover.
I was actually going to say Cole gets in the ladder match for the American title.
No. I think we're now basically going full-blown Imperium versus Undisputed Era, the sort of story they started at the start of the year.
Because they were talking about, his name's totally escaped me, but the guy for NXT UK that's debuting on NXT next week.
Ridge Holland.
Yeah, Ridge Holland. So they've obviously got some guys over. I think next week we could see quite a few returns. I think we might see Pete Dunne back. And Walter. Walter.
I'm just happy that this week we actually got the return of Kyle O'Reilly. I've missed his wee face. Oh, cool, cute Kyle. Oh, handsomest man in wrestling. And all it took for the UE to get their arse back in gear was Kyle coming back and getting them tail.
Cool, cute Kyle. That's
KKK.
No. Cool, cute Kyle. I mean, like LL Cool J's called that because it stands for Ladies Love Cool James. But
hi, cool, cute Kyle from the Kingdom of Koopa Keep.
Right, as long as you add that bit in, because otherwise he's KKK.
Hi. So now it's KKK.
Oh no, it's this double. No.
He's from the land of the stick of truth. I actually didn't realise until you said that it was KKK, and then I just sort of on it.
I was trying to word that joke without sounding like I was finding it funny that it was potentially racist, which it was, but I was trying to word it better.
Kyle O'Reilly can't be racist. He has a cute doggy.
Of course he's not racist, but if he was cool, cute Kyle, because you know it'd have to be spelled all with K's.
Yeah, of course.
C's and then the K.
So he's CCK.
Oh no!
He could be a catch king. Well, that would be a fucking team though. Him and Adam Brooks, Chris Brooks.
Yeah. Adam Brooks.
Wait a minute. Was Lycos Kyle O'Reilly all this time?
No, because
Lycos was just an grown fud.
Yeah. Lycos hurt himself every fucking 5 minutes, so
he couldn't read a paper without getting a cut.
Yeah. Lycos is fucking useless. That's why he retired. That's why there's a Lycos 2 now that doesn't
Gresham
himself. What?
Gresham's replaced him?
Gresham is also in CCQ. Anyway, none of that is NXT chatter or chatter.
Oh, so about to kind of make it NXT chatter. Because Travis Banks is also in CCK. Post previous post recent changes.
Did he join them after he get papped out South Pacific Power Trap?
He didn't join them as such. He replaced Lycos when he was hurt again, and then just ended up kind of staying with him once Lycos came back. Basically, Lycos was out injured, so Travis Banks joined them to be like Chris Brooks' tag partner to fulfill their bookings, and then Lycos came back, and Travis Banks just never actually left.
I just love the way you went again. Because fucking man, like us wasn't bad, but Jesus fucking Christ, was he injured more than he was a wrestler?
Yeah.
Like, I think the best thing was the fact that I heard that he retired. It was like, you know what, good for you, because Jesus Christ, you didn't fucking wrestle much.
I think he's a coach now or a trainer.
Yeah, you know what? Good for you, Lycos, because Jesus Christ.
That's seriously the dictionary definition of do as I say, not as I do. Anyway.
Yeah, pretty fucking much, man. Jesus, but it's just it genuinely annoyed me for a while when it was like, oh, here comes CCK. They're gonna come to your fucking your local promotion. Oh, by the way, Kid Lycos is injured, so here's a replacement. It's like, wait, what? Like, how can he get so injured?
Fuck knows, man. His body obviously wasn't built for it.
Yeah, evidently.
Yeah. Anyway,
NXT. So, backstage. What's her face?
Kai?
What? No. Who? What?
Kai?
Yes. Dakota Kai was backstage getting interviewed, and all of a sudden, Rhea Ripley shows back up with her new luscious, long, blonde locks.
Don't like it.
Don't tell me what you do.
No, I mean, I don't like it.
Oh. I thought you were telling me not to like it.
No, I'm just saying, don't like it.
Fair enough.
Dirty blonde over peroxide any day.
I did kind of like the dirty blonde kind of thing. But yeah, Rhea Ripley's back, and next week, Dakota Kai takes on Rhea Ripley. The winner will be the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship.
I think we all know that Ripley's going to take the L here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Will she?
Yeah, well, look at the way that they've done this, the qualifiers for the ladder match. Bronson Reed beats Gargano and Strong.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, a certain someone beats two other bigger names.
One other bigger name.
That doesn't mean they're going to do that all the time, though.
I've got some things to say about that.
Okay.
Once we get there.
And to me, for next week, it looks like Oney Lorcan's going to qualify. Because it's the way they're going, it's the one you least expect.
I think it'll be Priest.
Well, you know,
it should be Priest. But
I
actually wouldn't say, right, why don't we just talk about this triple threat now? Because we're basically dancing around it. Because, like...
right, okay, let's hold off. We'll get to it shortly. And then we can do all the speculations that we want to. Because the next match that was on the show was Mercedes Martinez versus Shotzi Blackheart. Yay!
And Robbie! Who I always found out about last week.
So, Robert, being a Robbie yourself, how did you feel realizing that just there last week that Chris figured out that was Robbie E.
Honestly, Chris, better late than never.
I know.
Better late than never.
I really should
I
start
have nothing else to
Googling
say.
people when they debut. But see,
Yeah.
to be honest, see not fucking clicking the past personas. It's actually better.
Yes, because you don't have that fucking cloud hanging over them where you think, oh,
Aye.
they done better when they were this. If they
Aye,
he can wrestle, he's really good, but he's doing this.
yeah,
Aye.
yeah.
I
Actually
think
works
I-
out better.
it's
But
still-
fortunately for Robert Stone, I loved Robbie E, so so he's all good.
But it was the only thing that I didn't understand was the fact that I told you about the whole Robbie E, like me meeting him in the air kind of thing,
Yeah,
and
no.
then then about 20 minutes later, I was like,
No. I clicked when you were telling that story. But during that 20 minutes, I was debating whether or not I would own up to the fact I didn't know.
Bless.
okay,
Bless you.
because I just thought I told you the whole story for no reason. And then you were like,
I'd clicked there when you were telling the story, and I was like, did I fess up that I didn't know that?
Oh, fuck. There goes Griz on one of his another I Met a Wrestler stories.
hey, fuck you! I love being wrestlers.
That he does.
Yeah. Although I've had many a photo that I don't put on Facebook just because sometimes I just don't like that.
The last one I ever posted was the one of me in China, and it was the day she died.
Wait, what? The day she died?
No, I got a photo taken with her like a year before. And I posted it on Facebook when I heard the news that she had died, just saying,
Oh, sorry.
what, did you think I was basically beside her? Going like, here then.
No.
And do you know
No.
what the worst thing is about that, Robert? She never ever get paid for that photo.
I know. I paid her. I gave her £15 cash in hand.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough.
I paid her for the photo.
No, Robert, sorry. Like, I wasn't meaning none like a pure like negative way. I thought you meant. I thought you
I
meant
almost
that.
made a heavy faux pas though when I met China.
Basically, this is a chicken and egg scenario. He thought you meant the picture came before the egg. Like-
Yes.
No, I didn't think that fucking Robert went to her fucking corpse and took a photo. Jesus Christ!
No.
I thought-
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
I was taking it that you thought he posted a picture of him in China, then she just happened to die the same day.
No,
Like it
no.
was a coincidence.
In fact, it's the other thing that I thought was when he said it the way he said it. I thought he said, "I took a photo with China, and that night she died,"
No.
which is very fucking morbid.
No, I nearly made well, I was told it was a faux pas, but I didn't really think anything of it. I took one of the covers from my Tide Classics DVDs. It was the show where No Mercy 99 and Armageddon 99 double disc, and I wanted her to sign it. Then somebody's like, Triple H is plastered all over the fucking covers. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes.
And I was like, I don't know, because she won the belt at this show, and she had probably her best one-on-one match on this show, and they're on the same thing. Do not? I don't want to upset her. She's my fucking childhood hero. Then I'd spend that. No, I don't want her to sign it. I'll meet her again. Then
Yeah, that's you made the same mistake I made with fucking Roddy Piper. But I was
no, I didn't want to upset her.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I didn't go meet Piper when I had the chance because I'd have to take it as unpaid from work, and I was like, fuck it, he'll be around again.
Well, I'll tell you the quick story of I went there thinking that these wrestlers will be doing it for free.
What, to the Dundee show?
No, it was DiBiase, Tatanka, and Piper, and they were at A1 and Braehead.
All right.
But I was like, cause they'll be doing it for free, so I'll take my paper DVD and yada yada yada. And I was like, oh good, it's 20 quid for an autograph and 20 quid for a fucking photo, and I had no money. But thankfully, oh no, sorry, it was 10 quid a photo and 10 quid a autograph. And then, like, one of my buds that was in the fucking Cubas was like, look, man, I'll loan you $20 if you can get us at the next ICW. I was like, oh yeah, no, absolutely, I'll do that. So he loaned us $20, and for some reason, I went right up to Ted DiBiase. I was like, because I had Survivor Series like 80 something or other. It was
87, 88, or 89.
Maybe 88. It was Ted DiBiase's team against Hulk Hogan's team.
Oh, that would have been 1989.
There you go. Alright, so I got him to sign it. I also got a photo with him with the $1 Million belt, with my Ted DiBiase tuxedo T-shirt that I don't have anymore because I'm fitting. And then I kind of like stood, went up to Tanka and I was just like, oh, thank you for all you do. Went up to Roddy Piper and then he kind of just stood next to him while I was waiting people, and he just kind of turned around to me and winked at me at one point, and he was like, oh man, are you wanting a picture? And I was just like, I should have just went, yeah, I do. And you kind of stole a photo from him, but I didn't. I was that too humble. And I did have a Roddy Piper DVD in my fucking bag that I was hopefully wanting him to sign, but I had no fucking cash left. I just felt so bad.
Well, it's not really random, but I felt it was random. I bumped into Piper in Brayhead Arena, just walking like the concourse, the way like you would go to get your seats.
Yeah.
He was just randomly walking about with one half of the world tag titles, because at the time he was champs with Flair.
Yeah, I was.
And he was just floating about. He was just walking about the back where all the fans would get their merch and all that. He was just casually just walking about. And I was like, oh fuck, I didn't expect to see you here.
Oh man.
Piper, man, rest in peace.
That was
which coincidentally was 5 years ago today.
You're kidding.
You're fucking kidding.
No.
There's no way we could have just randomly started talking about Piper.
That is fucking mental.
No, that's some fucking spooky shit. That we should be talking about this on your other podcast.
Which episode 2 drops today?
Rise of the Robots.
No, it's the one that...
Oh, we can rebuild them.
But we don't really have much money.
Yeah, that's
right,
the stumbling block.
Wait, but just a wee quick question before we resume. Ted DiBiase was wanting money for you for a photo and an autograph. Is he no get enough fucking money? He's the $1 million man. Ask the fucking Jeff Bezos fucking going, here, can you tap me 20 quid?
Well, evidently, he spent all that and that
Love the fucking gimmick, brother.
Hey, man's got to get paid. Granted, day one should have been doing that, but you know.
Yeah, I really need to make sure that I have that photo, because there is a photo with me out there somewhere of me with the $1 Million Championship and Ted DiBiase.
Fuck's sake. Right, anyway, should we get back to NXT?
Actual $1 Million Championship. Yes, so
Speaking
NXT
of championships, was the tag champs up next?
So we had, as we said, the Roderick Strong and Gargano match with Gargano bizarrely winning, just, no hoopla, no shits and giggles, no kind of anything else in between. Like, Gargano just kind of won that match.
But it kind of fits into the rah-rah speech by Kyle later on.
Yeah, so but that was later on.
I didn't have a problem with it being a clean finish.
Yep. as we kind of said, like the Rhea Ripley kind of came back, and that's how we're getting our Dakota Kai versus Rhea Ripley match next week for the #1 contendership. The next match was the Mercedes Martinez match. I don't know if we did mention that because that's what we started talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, we didn't mention how that ended though, but you know, it was pretty self-evident that Mercedes Martinez took out Shotzi.
Massacre.
It was pretty much, yeah. And also, as he loves to do, fucking Morrow getting back in with his tanking care of business.
Well, that's a fucking catchphrase.
No, it's not. He said it once before, and it was shit then, and it's shit now.
Come on, it wasn't even there and you're shitting on him. It was only Tom Phillips.
He said it. That's it. And look, now, I'm beyond the point of being like, oh, you know what? Morrow's a pretty good commentator. It's like, no, he's not. He's not anymore. Fuck off.
He is. He's a great fucking boxing commentator, but he's
exactly
a shit wrestling commentator.
Thank you.
Aye, but in WWE, they're getting to fucking say these things. It's not.
I know that. I understand that, but
no, I feel at this point. I feel at this point because remember that Mauro Ranallo did commentate SmackDown for a while. He did not do this shit.
Aye, because Vince McMahon didn't want it, but maybe Triple H wants him to.
Exactly, and maybe Triple H should tell him to stop because it's fucking shit.
Well, if Triple H wants him to do it, he's going to do it. So blame Triple H.
Yeah, well, maybe I will blame Triple H. But like the whole point is like that I'm getting at here is like, yeah, as Chris says, he's a great MMA commentator. He's a great boxing commentator. Jesus, he fucking commentate the McGregor Mayweather match. Yeah. Yep. And he done a fucking great job of that.
To be fair, I don't think that's a great example, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about is like he covered other sports. He covered other sports very well. And even like he was a bit of a pain in the arse, but he was much better when he done the New Japan on Access commentary. But now it's just like clearly Triple H is like, oh, Morrow, you do what you do, and now Morrow is taking that to a whole other level that's just making him so goddamn annoying.
So don't shoot the messenger.
Well, no, because Morrow's the person I hear.
Fair play. We'll all have our opinions.
Don't accept it.
So where are we next to NXT then?
I'm not asking you to accept it. I'm just asking you to understand.
No. Just like cookies on the interwebs, I reject.
That was a very Maranello line. I like that. Just like cookies on the internet, Robert rejects.
I'm quite good with my Morrowisms.
I'm just like Taylor Swift on GN #1 in the charts recently with her song I Reject Cookies. I was like, oh my god.
I reject cookies unless there's a glass of milk involved.
Unless Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was here, I'm not going to drink any milk or eat any cookies. Yep, so Keith Lee came out next, and then Cameron Grimes came out. He was like, oh man. Whoop, pressed the wrong button. Oh man, I was really hoping to beat you for the North American title, but I guess since you gave that up, I guess I'll just beat you for that, aka the NXT title. And then Keith Lee just beat the fucking balls out of him, and then the stage goes black. Black. The smoke comes in.
The smoke show.
And then the smoke show shows up on the ramp.
Beautiful Scarlet.
Yes.
Oh my God, she showed up like a lady in red, like that time that Westlife had that song called Lady in Red and it came as number one in the UK charts, and then, oh my God, oh fuck.
I'm pretty sure it was a song before Westlife.
To be fair though, Scarlett was looking particularly hot this week. I enjoyed the dress she was wearing. I enjoyed our showing of just enough leg to make you go, that is elegant.
Mm-hmm.
That is elegant.
Yeah, there's a fine line between elegance and trashy, and
she nailed elegance.
I feel like she always finds that, to be honest.
She's just a classy woman with fantastic fucking fashion sense.
I feel like the Smoke Show, I mean, obviously that's not her her nickname anymore, but I feel like it still applies.
Yes.
Definitely.
Just like the Street Profits, I want the smoke! That's how you fucking do it, Griz.
Yeah, you know what? You fucking nailed it.
So then Karen Cross appeared on the big screen.
Yeah, his eyes appeared. Yeah. Cut a promo.
I have never been more terrified and turned on at the same time.
Fair.
You get serious daddy vibes for Karrion Kross.
I mean,
but to be fair, we talk about Scarlett.
Yeah. No, but
jacket, daddy.
Even the kind of thing is like, just like, you know what? I can completely accept that people, men, women, whatever, can find Karrion Kross attractive, and I can completely agree that I can see why.
Yeah.
Everyone gets objectified on Turn and Heel podcast. We don't.
We don't discriminate.
Don't discriminate.
Sammy Guevara got it earlier.
Yeah,
butt cheek, right butt cheek.
I'm pretty sure that I've said on many occasions that Shinsuke.
Yep.
Shinsuke is definitely my man crush. Absolutely.
Fair enough. I can't disagree with that either. So it looks like we're going to get Karrion Kross and Keith Lee at TakeOver 30 then.
Yay! Yes. And Karrion Kross will beat Keith Lee. Yay!
Yay!
Boo!
No one asked you.
What do you mean no one asked me?
Welcome back to Turning Japanese. Almost fucked up there, by the way. So, coming up next is the NXT Tag Team Champions Imperium taking on Everrise. So, what do you think? Right.
What was the deal with them talking about, Everrise have the experience and all that's nonsense?
Because they've been a tag team for like 1 billion years in the Indies, but it means nothing when they come in WWE.
I mean, they're facing Axel, unclick the kayfabe button here. Axel Dieter Jr. and fucking Fabian Aichner.
Mm-hmm.
Right? How do they have the experience over them?
I mean, yeah, you're right. Like, technically, Everrise technically have the tag team experience because they've been together as a tag team much longer, but it's just one of these things where it's like they're trying to make Ring Camp without Timothy Thatcher, who was in Ring Camp.
Yeah, because Jim Smallman was writing for NXT UK. And he has the same storylines over and over and over again.
It would definitely appear that way. So I don't know. At this point, why not just stick Timothy Thatcher in Ring Camp, Imperium?
No, I like him doing his own. I like what Thatcher's doing now.
I think putting Thatcher in there kind of takes away from the whole like European thing that they've got going on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you've got an Italian, an Austrian, and 2 Germans.
Yeah, and it worked. It worked when it was Ring Camp because Thatcher's gimmick in the Indies was he was a British wrestler.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't think it would work in NXT. unless he went back to that gimmick. But then that kind of ruins it because he's not really British. So.
And now he's just a fucking sadist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so.
He's a modern day Stu Hart. Stretch him.
Get him stretched.
Hey, that's not the first time you said that, Robert, eh?
Wait.
Not stretch him, maybe stretch me. Stretch me, daddy.
Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway, this match was a total squash.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was the squashiest of squashies.
And then we had Undisputed Era come out and attack Imperium.
They sure did.
They fucking wiped the floor with Imperium. That was a squash.
Yeah.
And it's all because of Kyle O'Reilly.
Yes.
So what exactly is this? So is this a face turn for the Undisputed Era, or?
I think it's just they want all the gold again.
But I feel like they're doing it in such a different way that I feel like this is kind of... I mean, evidently, like, Imperium are heels. They are, like, absolute the heeliest of heels right now. So, is this the kind of thing where Undisputed Era are absolute faces now?
No. To me, Undisputed Era is a lot like Los Ingobernables.
De Japón?
No, not just Japan. The other ones too. They do what they want, whether it's against a heel or a face.
Or like Io?
Yes, like Io. But after the match, she's like shaking hands and cuddling Tegan Knox. I'm like, no, that doesn't work. You want to be a badass, you don't cuddle.
I know, badasses don't do that.
Even badasses need cuddles sometimes.
That's true, especially when they're like Io.
No, but Undisputed Era to me are in the greyest of grey areas when it comes to face and heel.
So you're saying
they always have been.
They're in the grey area.
Yeah. I'm interested to see where it goes. I think we pretty much already. I'm interested to see where it goes. I think we already covered this in quite great detail, so I don't want to kind of just like go over the same thing again. But I think it's a face turn. Is my conclusion.
Yeah.
If you want to preview next week, go back and watch the One World Collide show that was on before the Rumble this year. Because the main event was Undisputed Era versus Imperium.
It certainly was, yes. And that was a good match. A very good match by all four of them. All 8 of them, sorry.
Yeah. The best tag that wasn't a War Games on NXT.
Yeah. Oh, man, I mean, I would argue that whole show was pretty fucking great.
Yep.
But nevertheless, like, yeah, exactly. And the fact that, like, definitely Undisputed Era played face during that match, which was quite interesting, considering they were very much heel at the time, but that's not where they're at now, which is hence why the question. But I guess we'll kind of see how this goes on. Anyway, we'll move on to the penultimate match of the night, I believe, as Isaiah Swerve Scott took on our fucking main man, Jake Atlas. And I'm not going to lie, I fucking adore Jake Atlas, but at the same time, I absolutely love Swerve Scott. So what are your feelings on these two guys, and then maybe give us a little help on what you thought of the match?
I'm not sold on either of them.
I'm with Chris.
Like, this match was on and I didn't really pay it much mind at all. My mind was wandering. I was doing other things. I'm not sold on them yet.
No.
Doesn't say I'm not going to be, just not sold on them yet.
Swerve hasn't impressed me since Lucha Underground. To me, that was he's went downhill.
See, the thing is though, right? Thing with Swerve, I don't like his name and I can't get past that.
Aye.
Like I've said that before on the podcast, but I just cannot get by. I don't like the Swerve thing, and it's such a fucking barrier now that I just can't get past it.
Yeah, but the thing is, see if you took the Swerve away, Isaiah Scott, it sounds like the blandest of bland wrestlers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then you put the Swerve in and you're just like, oh, fucking Swerve, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, it's neither of these two at the moment are for me. I think Jake Atlas could grow on me, definitely. But
yeah, I agree with Jake, but
just with Isaiah, I'm just nah.
That's
just if I've not been sold on it now, I ain't going to get sold on it.
And I feel as though like his finisher could be sold on television, like on the fucking stupid channels. Like, it's the GML Hoover. Like, what the fuck, the GML driver? That's just what I thought. I was thinking Hoovers, dust rags, fucking coasters, fucking window cleaner, shit like that.
Yeah. Yep. So, not sold on either.
Okay.
No.
So is that both of you on not sold on either?
Not sold on Swerve. Can be sold on Jake Atlas.
Yeah, I'm the exact same.
But, okay, right, well, Robert, that's obviously very much more interesting that you're saying that you're not sold on Swerve since, you know, you got to see Killshot a lot.
Killshot was fucking phenomenal.
I know.
It was
like,
it feels like the way that it's it feels like the trajectory of Ricochet for me. Like, I never really knew who Ricochet was. Didn't find out that Ricochet was Prince Puma until after he'd left. And his line of work in Lucha Underground as well is fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And then since he's came to WWE, it's just kind of went...
Yeah. I guess that is kind of one of those things of showing how booking really kind of sort of harper somebody. But I mean, obviously, again, this is kind of the whole grassroots is everything. So I watch 205 every week, and you know, Swerve has been getting a good couple of wins and all that kind of thing. And I mean, I got to see him live like once or twice. I think I only actually got to see him once, actually, as I say that. But you know, I actually genuinely going to meet the guy as well. Like, so you know what? Maybe I may be slightly biased, but at the same time, like, Swerve is an excellent fucking wrestler. Maybe he might not get to show his absolute worth in WWE right now, but like this is the building blocks. This is him building his way up, and you know what? Maybe it's kind of one of these things where like people that don't really know much about him, like maybe you and me do, they might not think he's like that great right now. But like again, building blocks. This is his uprise.
Like,
I just want them to let him just do what he does. Because when you do that, he's going to fucking gather a mass amount of fans, and he's going to be a bigger name than what he is.
I just
just let him go out there and be fucking Strickland.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, he still kind of does, though. He does a lot of, like, kind of things that not many other people do. I mean, that fucking house call kick that he does as a finisher is, that's something that's not been seen before, needless to say. And then even when you say that, like, fucking Jake Atlas cutting out there with, like, some of the stuff that he done in this match, like, he's, I mean... I only seen him a handful of times, like maybe during like Joey Janela's spring break, but I knew who he was. But right now, like his few NXT matches I've seen is like, hello, we have something on our fucking hands here. Like I knew Swerve a lot more than I knew Jake Atlas, and I really love both of these guys. Like, and in fact, I would argue that I probably like Jake Atlas maybe even more, but I've known Swerve longer. So I don't know. It's just getting one of these things. Yeah. As I say, maybe I may be a little biased because I knew who he was before and yada 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 and all that hoopla.
No, but
We've got some breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Eddie Kingston is officially All Elite.
Yes.
Oh, I meant to say he's actually Rollerball died today.
Did he?
Yeah.
I've not seen that anywhere.
It's on Twitter.
Rollerball Rocco?
Rollerball Rocco passed away this morning.
Ah, motherfucker.
That was a kind of a buzz to, yeah.
I thought that's where you were going there, but I was like, but why the fuck is he roadrunnering?
Yeah, if it's someone that died, I wouldn't be going fucking beep, 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 beep.
No.
Yeah, fuck, man.
Well, if you go onto Regal's Twitter page, she's put up like a 4-tweet sort of statement talking about him.
That fucking sucks, man.
Yeah, that does suck.
I know.
I knew there was something I meant to tell you. Sorry for bringing it down.
But yeah, Eddie Kingston is now officially signed.
Oh, fantastic, though.
Now he can give back those boots that he borrowed off someone and buy his own.
Yeah. Well, now he's got the fucking money too.
Now he can go and pay for his knee fixed.
Yeah, that too. Jesus.
Yeah.
They can just say to him, oh, I fucked my knee in that match with Cody. You need to pay for my medical.
Well, to be honest, you could probably say my knee's been fucked for like fucking 2 years. Can you just give me some slack? Not Schlack, the fucking GCW wrestler, but Slack.
Yeah.
So good and bad news there.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mix. So main event time?
Yep, the main event was, of course, it was Dexter Lumis versus Big TT, Timothy Thatcher, versus everybody's favorite, specifically Chris's, Finn Balor.
Yes.
So when you said TT, I was like, why the fuck is he talking about my niece?
TT.
Because I call her TT, because when she was born, she was really small, so she was TT Toti Tiny. So she TT for short. And I was like, why the fuck's talking about my niece?
Yeah, but you also love that Twice song called TT.
It works both ways, yeah.
It does.
That was an education that day, learning the world of K-pop.
Yeah, and I showed like 2 songs. You were like, "Oh, I'm convinced."
Well, that's me sold.
I have
Where
an
do I sign up?
I have an addictive personality.
Believe me, like, these days I can teach you a lot, and sadly, it's like not something that I'm like that interested in. But I can teach you a lot. Just by just the amount that my other half just goes on about. It's like, I think Robert may like
The knowledge you've attained by osmosis.
Exactly. Like the fact that like I know how like all her favorite bands and sadly some of the members, but at the same time she barely knows anything about anything I like. Like I don't think she knows my favorite wrestler. Well, I mean, she knows the name of Asuka, but I asked her earlier on today, like, I brought out that awesome new Money in the Bank Asuka t-shirt, but I covered up the name and went, who's that? And then she was like, and then she turned and seen the plaque that's in the hall. I went, that's Asuka, and it was like, you cheated.
Right, so sorry, on you go.
Dexter Lumis's music, is that new, or is he always?
Yes, it's new. It's revamped. The revamped edition.
Did anybody else get Stranger Things?
Yes.
I feel it was always kind of Stranger Things.
Well, this was the first week I'd noticed it.
I think it was more Strangers thingy.
Yeah, it was very much Stranger of Things.
So Tron is basically Salem's Lot, and his music is Stranger Things.
Yes.
But just
I don't really get out of reference, I'm not going to lie.
I get the Stranger
Oh,
Things
remember I
reference,
told you about it? when I said his Tron gives, like, look up like the movie poster for Salem's Lot.
Yes, you did tell me that. Yeah. I remember.
The font and the eyes, everything's basically the same.
Just to harken back to something that you said earlier, Robert, about the people you don't expect seem to be winning these triple threats.
Yeah.
Did you honestly not see Dexter Lumis winning that? I thought that was the most obvious result of the night.
Nope.
No, I thought that Thatcher was going to win because they've been really pushing him.
I genuinely thought Balor was going to win.
I was hoping for Balor to win, but I knew it wasn't happening, which is something which I'll get into in a bit.
Yeah.
Dexter Lumis still be tied up.
I'm interested to know anyone that listens, post on our Facebook page and tell us who you thought was going to win that, because I thought Dexter Lumis winning it was the most obvious result of the night. Like,
really? I mean, like, I would have put Dexter Lumis as the third of people to go and win this.
He was deadpan last for me.
Yeah.
Thatcher or Balor, either one I would have been happy with. Not saying I'm not happy with Dexter winning, but if I had to pick one, it would have been either Thatcher or Balor.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, I just couldn't see past fucking Dexter Lumis.
See, to be honest, the ending, when the ending came, that was actually incredibly creative, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Like, personally, because I thought that was a super awesome finisher. Like, the whole kind of thing. But, like, I mean, like, there was some really good, like, submissions, and then, like, Finn Balor comes off the top rope, hits the coup de grace, and then coup de grace, and then
hey, you guys. Sorry.
I mean, that wasn't South Park, but I appreciate it all the same.
But it was still similar.
It was similar. No, I'll give you that. It was
another reference.
I know.
Another reference to go along with your joke, for fuck's sake.
I know, it just didn't align. I mean, I appreciate a Goonies reference as much as anybody else. Although I do hate, what's his face? What is his face from that film?
Sloth?
He's a pain in the AM. But, I also hate Chunk. He's an arsehole.
Speaking of movies, right, could we brush by this really quickly? Did any of you guys see the concept art for Dave Bautista as Bane in the Batman?
Nope.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. Look it up.
Is he Batman? Is he in Batman?
No, it's just like it's a rumor because
so it's like
apparently, yeah, no, it's technically concept because it's one of the guys that's involved in it that's done the concept for it. But basically, like, they're talking about this movie. It's going to basically be like an all-star villain, so there's not going to be one single villain in it.
Oh, so it's going to be like the whole Rogues Gallery.
Yeah, so like this guy was doing like all these ideas of who could play villains and stuff, and they done Dave Bautista as Bane, but they did it in like the old school comic book get up. And it looked amazing, man. And I was like, oh man, Dave, please say yes. Like, I think basically what this is them putting feelers out to the actors.
Mm-hmm. But is he not got? But
what do you think? Do you wanna play Bane?
Would that not clash with his Marvel contract?
Don't know.
Does he have an actual Marvel contract?
You know, they sign on to do a specific amount of films, I think.
A specific amount of films?
Maybe Guardians of the Galaxy 3 might be his last. It has happened before, hasn't it? There's been crossovers for actors that have done DC movies and Marvel movies.
Yeah, but they've been DC first, then Marvel. I think I'd need to look into it. I'm trying to think now. Actually, looking at my DCU Blu-rays and my MCU Blu-rays. I'm trying to come up with one.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was just saying to check it out because it's a pretty fucking cool drawing.
I mean, Chris Evans was in The Losers, a DC property, before he signed on for Captain America.
Yeah.
But again, that was pre-Marvel. The only other one I can really think of is the director of Guardians, because he gets sacked from Marvel, James Gunn, then signed on to do the new Suicide Squad.
Didn't he get
and
rehired?
he's now back doing Guardians.
Because they've seen that, because they seen that he got signed to do Suicide Squad, and like, oh no, come back and do Guardians. Plus, Dave Bautista led a fucking campaign saying, if you don't bring back James Gunn, I'm not doing your film.
I heard that.
And got like Chris Pratt and Zoe Zalanda and Bradley Cooper to all join, and in his Crusades. So basically, there would be another Guardians film if they didn't have James Gunn.
It's so weird hearing like the name Chris Pratt, considering all I know him for is fucking Parks and Rec.
Oh, my wee Andy.
Yeah, and his wee bird. Or Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, she's hilarious. I love her.
I love her so much. She's so fucking funny.
Have you seen her in Dirty Grandpa?
Have I?
Bad Grandpa?
No, Dirty Grandpa, Zac Efron and Robert De Niro.
I guess not
right.
then. No.
Fucking brilliant. Basically, Aubrey Plaza, all through the film, just wants to shag Robert De Niro.
I have seen her in the remake of Child's Play though.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
That actually was a genuinely good film. Like, I mean, it kind of sucks that they had to be like, oh, look, here's a Chucky remake when the whole storyline of the original Chucky series wasn't finished yet.
Well, it's continuing on a TV show. It's been greenlit and they're filming.
Well, if those movies will be continued in a TV show, then I mean, I want Jennifer Tilly. Like,
yeah, Jennifer Tilly's in it.
All right, cool.
Basically, the TV shows to pick up where Cult finished. So you're going to have like Fiona Dourif playing Chucky.
Yes.
Lasing it up with Jennifer Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly. Oh my god, I want to be Jennifer Tilly. Seriously, see? I said earlier, like, all I need is a fucking horror movie podcast.
Horror movies are my life, man. It kills me that Halloween is being postponed until next year when we were so close to the release.
Well,
And
as much as I hate it, but the ending of this triple threat match, it
was probably the most creative finish I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, this was fucking awesome. I mean, Timothy Thatcher put Finn Balor in an ankle lock, but then just sneaking up behind, Dexter Lumis locks on his choke, and then just kind of the way that, Jesus, I feel like I was fucking choked there. The way that like Timothy Thatcher like still had his submission on as he started to pass out, and then just the way that like Finn Balor was just like, oh my god, and then but like he finally got the relief that he needed from that kind of ankle lock armbar knee bar, but just it wasn't enough. Like he was too busy being relieved that he didn't even realize that another choke was going on. And that's what Dexter Lumis took as the victory. So Dexter Lumis and Thick Boy are in the ladder match. And this is already becoming very interesting because a lot of the NXT staples are already out of this.
It's given people like Bronson Reed and that an opportunity, because you said last week that you don't really know much about him and you've not seen much of him. But he was one of the 8 in that breakout tournament.
It sure was, yeah.
And it was the video that they played I thought was really nice. It was really well done, just sort of showing you who he is, what he's doing, his road to WWE. It might be like what 6 months too late, but better late than never.
That video that they played this week really helped very much. I will absolutely give them credit on that. Although, as I say, they should have done that ages ago.
Yeah, they should have.
I think this ladder match is obviously going to turn out to be a group of guys that haven't really been in that spot before.
Yeah, it's going to be a breakout match for a lot of the people involved.
Yeah.
Which I have nothing against.
Mm-hmm. Like next week, it's Damian Priest, Oney Lorcan, and Ridge Holland.
Yes. Ridge Holland from NXT UK.
Mm-hmm. I think it's maybe too soon for him to be in a ladder match. Priest.
Yeah, but you know what? Giving him a shot ain't bad. I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like he's been brought in to replace Lars Sullivan. A wee bit. Since he's been sort of not been seen since his fucking panic attack right before he was meant to debut on the main roster. And then also the stuff of him his previous career, let's just say. On specific sites that I might watch.
Yeah.
Have you stumbled across any videos?
I have.
Yeah. Yep, I've heard of some of those. Heard of.
What, were you watching Gav TV as well?
Gav TV.
I'm just saying that I've heard somebody that's watched Gav TV and has reported back. Just like also with AR Fox.
Yeah, that's a new one for me. That'll be a Google later on.
Well, there you go.
Anyway, shall we wrap this shindig up then?
Yes, I just ordered my dinner finally.
I know I'm starving as well.
Chippy box and a hoagie wrap. Having a feast.
I think I'm going to fucking fall asleep in about like 20 minutes or something, so I may as well.
So, on that note, I've been Chris and motherfucking Hughes.
I have been the Griz.
He was the Griz. I'm Robert.
Sure.
Oh!
See
you later, losers.
Woo woo.
Remember, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Heel Podcast. And also, don't forget, you can hear our archives on the World Wide Web at heelpodcast.co.uk. Well, that's all, folks. So long. Have a good day.